Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call. Welcome back to Horizon's Call. After a week off, it's very lovely to be joined with these wonderful people once again and be joined by you. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to get into all the stuff here. Before all of that, I should say that my name is Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I am your GM. I am your guiding compass as we navigate these treacherous seas of Demarth. It says so on this bracelet that Kaila made for me, so it's official. I'm going to go around, like I said, have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, but I'm going to interrupt myself once again to say that before I do that, you should check out our Pally. Pally.gg is a wonderful tool that we use to show some financial appreciation towards our cast and crew. Sword and Key does not break even as far as the channel goes, and so in lieu of us saying give us subscriptions and bits and all that kind of stuff, we highly suggest you go to pally.gg. Anything that you are generous and able enough to tip there, both those factors being important together, gets evenly distributed by Pally, taking almost nothing of a cut for themselves, and they distribute it towards all the people that we have listed as players and crew for any of our games. So for Horizon's Call, if you're looking at them, the cast and crew are one and the same, so everything gets evenly distributed between us, and should you, again, be willing and able, very much appreciated, you can also impact our game. You can give advantages, you can give crits, you can give complications like black spots, and even more incentives to come. So check all of that out. And again, if you do, if you have an ongoing subscription, it's appreciated. If you have bits, it's appreciated. It goes towards the channel. It helps us reach that break-even point. But until we get there, we want to try to show as much love towards our cast and crew as possible. All that said, let's go ahead and go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves and who they're playing today. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I'm playing your amazing Soul Knife Rogue Star Druid Centaur Acacia, who is not ready to rescue this asshole.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. Eva? Eva? Just shaking your head. Okay. We'll go to Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus, your Triton Shadow Sorcerer Paladin of the Homebrew Horizons Call Oath of the Guardian.
Fantastic.
Sand Oval. Yes.
Yes. Mikyl Sand Oval. Definitely check out Mikyl. We're very much appreciative of his artwork, which you can see new artwork here. We're going to have new artwork in our promotional materials coming up next week. Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible. You should definitely check all of it out. Again, Instagram, Mikyl Sand Oval. Mare, Mare, you already went. Kaila.
You're throwing me off.
Sorry, I feel thrown off.
It's fine. It's fine. We didn't do this last week, so we're out of practice. Hi, hello. My name is Kaila. I play our Siren Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores, who uses she, her pronouns, as well as myself. Let's go dungeon diving.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And then we'll jump back to Eva.
Hi, hello. It's me, Eva, your sea elf artificer of the alchemical variety bard, mini bard, just like a little bard like tendencies, and we both use she, her pronouns.
Fantastic. Okay. Well, because of the weirdness of last week, where we originally thought that Mikyl wasn't going to be able to join us, and decided that the players decided that they would like to have all on board, all hands on deck to dungeon dive into this supposedly deadly dungeon. Mikyl did prepare a pre-recorded recap, so let's jump over to that, and we'll be back momentarily.
when last we met our heroes. It was Mare's birthday. And that is it. Just kidding. Acacia asked if she could cast sending to anyone for us, and Winnie had a message for Vilkis. Vilkis was treasure hunting near Talakan, and then mocked Winnie, saying she was stinky. Acacia sent her fathers, Curio and Darius, a message asking about Cyrus, thief royalty, and how to break into Ogden Ironback's vault. Over the next week, she got a lot of information. Most importantly, that Ogden's vault is more like a dungeon than a vault door. And that Curious has left clues throughout the vault. Proximus partnered with Dominator to train the crew in blind fighting. Winnie completed an eye for Proximus made from the arcane cores that were stolen back a month ago. A pearlescent purple eye of true seeing. Winnie outdid herself and made the finest eye, 30 feet of true sight into the ethereal plane. We immediately got Constance to install and extract his injured eye. To trade with Winnie, of course. Scarlett spent time teaching Winnie and Acacia more Elder. Winnie sent a sending message to Ogden, who wasn't too helpful. As we got closer to Shackle Break, we made a plan. Acacia linked our minds, turned into an owl, and she and I flew to Shackle Break. Winnie and Scarlett took to the seas. We all split up and scouted around. Winnie went north in the ocean, found sunken ships and armored sharks, and then found a cave. Scarlett went south in the seas, finding scouting ships from below, a gate, turrets, and lots of Imperials. Acacia and an invisible Proximus found Ogden's mansion on the hills and was able to swipe some keys from an Imperial guard. The entire island was heavily guarded by Imperial Knights, the 444th Imperial troops patrolling the entire city. Winnie found a metal door into the rock face, a small sailing vessel, and a chest with weapons, and a dragon turtle bone claws. Winnie went onto the vessel, an escape vessel, where she found a cloak that looked oddly like a manta ray hanging. Of course, she touched it, and the cloak became a cloaca. We all rushed to meet Winnie to fight off the cloaca. During the battle, Winnie opened the metal door into the rock face. As the crew defeated the cloaca, they find themselves at the door, open into the island.
Welcome back, and special thank you to Mikyl for recording that. Please enjoy that inspiration for that wonderful recap.
It was so good.
Okay, let's pick up pretty much right where we left off. As Mikyl alluded to, you all did a little bit of scouting on Shackle Break. You made your way in through a secret portage area, and with a cloaker at your heels, well, I guess Winnie made her way through the door, ultimately defeating that cloaker with some help. You all passed through that metal door into darkness. Some stone stairs before you ventured a little further in, and found yourselves in, I guess, a tunnel. Do tunnels go upwards? I guess. You found yourself standing at the bottom of the cavernous pit, abyssal darkness above you, and at the bottom, where you all are, a series of controls that you reasoned could be for a device to lift you. An elevator. I'm not even gonna. It's an elevator. There's an elevator that you all call. So that is where we find you all now. You are not too far that you can't turn back. So that's. What would you like to call the elevator? Would you like to turn back? Would you like to prepare more? Where and what and who and how. You all know how to do this. Do the things. I'm gonna stop talking.
Bold of you to assume we would turn back and not think that we're already prepared enough.
Yeet, time to go.
Yeah.
It's time to turn around and like double check our
gone
save
too
points. Triple
Yeah.
save.
Yeah,
Quick-
yeah.
quick
You
slide,
just fought a cloaker.
F5.
But there wasn't like a box full of health potions, so I feel like we're good to press forward a little bit.
You're right. That's what villains should do. Is just like boxes of health potions around for people who are about to fight.
As soon as
them.
we call the elevator up, it's gonna like auto save on us, and
Yeah,
we'll just go
right,
back to
right,
that point.
yeah.
It'll be fine.
No, you know what's good?
We turned autosaves on, right? Yeah.
You know what would we really mean for a
Default.
BBEG to do? Suddenly start playing the boss music.
Oh yeah, then we know.
Derek does do that.
It's
Anyway, Derek,
That's what's in
serious
roll 20.
question.
so
where
funny
does-
when I say this.
Where
Okay,
does my
yeah.
dowsing rod locate creature go again?
So we kind of determined that it was like as you were coming in, it was at an angle. We determined it was like as a crow flies, right? It's not just So somewhere deeper into the rock. I mean,
Up,
if you
down.
wanted to mold Earth, up. I would say
Like
up from where you
this,
are.
like diagonal, like
Yeah,
that.
so if we're at the elevator, it would be if the elevator is 12 o'clock, you would be at 10 o'clock, and then at like a what 50-60 degree angle.
Cool. So my actual thing now. Reminder: we have 2 hours of mind blink. But also, Curio said he left notes on the walls. I want to see if there's any around, and I'm gonna keep an eye out.
Sure. We can use actually if you want to do a perception check, we can kind of
Hella.
carry this as an ongoing perception check.
Cool. I'm just gonna. My dice aren't out yet, so I'm just gonna do
No
it.
worries.
Roll
Are
20.
you sharing with us what you think those might look like? Like, do you want help with that, or are you?
Oh
gonna-
yeah, I'm absolutely like I have no clue what they would look like, but I would say, hey, look for something that looks like thieves' cant on the walls, or
Mhm.
something engraved that's not supposed to be there, so on and so forth. So does this mean I get advantage if everyone's helping?
Yeah, I would say people would be able to look out. I mean, you've seen your dad leave like thieves' cant graffiti before. You would know what it would look like.
But the rest of us are just looking for random characters or random bits on the wall.
Yeah, you're looking for stuff that kind of stands out as like, I don't think Ogden would have put that there.
31.
Just
Fantastic.
a
Okay.
dick carved into the wall.
Well,
Yeah,
There
that's what
probably
thieves can't really is.
Let's be real here. There's at least one dick butt.
yes. I see you found trap room number 12.
Dad absolutely put dick butt on the walls just to piss off Ogden if he ever saw it.
Perfect. I love Curio.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a Curio thing to do. Not gonna
That's like a
lie.
rogue bard thing to do.
So what are we doing?
Oh yeah, I'm just looking for stuff. So there's nothing in this room. I'm assuming.
No, so I'm sorry. Yes, no, there is nothing in this room.
Okay,
As
cool.
far as you can tell, like I don't think you all lit the torches or braziers or anything like that. But even with a 31, you give this a pretty good look around. There does not seem to be any markings in here. Like I said, I think Winnie went through the to-go chest, the bug out chest, and found some stuff in there. But that
I
was
got a
really-
gun.
That's
Winnie
right.
has
We
a-
have a gun.
Winnie has a single shot flintlock pistol. Yes.
Technically, little
Yeah.
Jeffrey has a single shot flintlock pistol.
Well,
No.
be careful with that.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I'm God now.
Yeah, no.
Please do not give the gun to little Jeffrey.
I'd
Fine,
rather
I'll
Proximus
take it
have
back.
it than little Jeffrey.
Jinkies.
Little Jeffrey's like, if I shoot someone, they'll just come back, like me. I have no concept of true death.
That's
Ooh.
true. We should have a talk about that someday. Anyway, I'm just gonna stick that in my handy dandy bandolier.
So locate creature does say Ogden is obviously deeper in the dungeon, but there's no way. I highly doubt there's a straight path, so we're probably going to be zipping and zooming around. But it does sound like he might be on the floor above us, based off of where my staff is pointing.
What if we just dig our way up, like straight to him? Boom, boom, boom.
I did not prep shaped stone. And I don't have time to dig through solid rock.
What if we just do like a little nappy nap and then you just
I don't want to be here longer than necessary.
This is not a great place for us to sleep.
fine. Do I have
Yeah.
Shapestone?
Approximately
No.
how we don't know distance, we just know area, right?
We know it's less than
Direction.
1,000 feet.
It's like 1,000 feet or something like that.
And I can't dimension door into solid rock.
Please
I
don't.
wouldn't recommend it.
You would either take damage or get shunted.
I feel like if you tried to like open the door into solid rock, it is literally just like a sheet of rock that you're just running into.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
One of my spells I was thinking about preparing was Shapestone or like Destroy Stone or something along those lines.
Mhm.
I thought about it.
Yeah, believe it or not, the Storm Sorcerer doesn't have anything useful in this situation. So we gotta trudge deep in.
So do we want to go up?
I love
or
how
do
you
wanna
say
just...
that every time. Just
Trudging.
throwing that out there.
Just trudge.
So do we want to go
Okay.
up or do we want to look around first and explore? Maybe steal some other stuff.
I mean, assuming this is like a little bit of like an exit thing,
We're not really on a time limit.
I was gonna say.
I mean, we don't really want to stay down here like buried under unquantifiable tons of rock and stone, far from home and our friends and support units. But yeah, sure, no time limit. It's fine.
Proximus knocks on the rock wall for secret traps. But when you say that, he says, I think this is very solid.
I think when Proximus knocks on the wall, which makes a lot of sense tactically, when he's gonna do like a ventriloquist, but it's not a skill she has, so it's just like a
Right.
nobody's here.
Did you hear
Well,
Yeah, what?
so when he fake thaumaturgies,
that?
yeah, Proximus, as you knock on the wall, why don't you give me a d20 just luck check.
Oh, that's a natural one.
I know.
Oh
How
my
did I know
God.
it? In my bones, I could feel it coming.
Yep.
You could feel the natural one
It
across
says
the
it
stage.
says sync. Yeah.
If you want to give me
Why?
a dexterity saving throw.
Woo.
The whole island collapses.
Proximus.
he janged the shit out of this.
This is like the arena, but worse.
19 plus 7, 26.
Okay, great. So a rock dislodges, just like originally it's going to be just a little bit of dust. A rock dislodges and comes down to hit you on the head. It only hits you like on the shoulder and bounces off. You only take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. But
They
yeah,
add up.
you do notice that like the stone here seems to reverberate a certain bit. That the rock here is solid. It's not like it's hollow, but that the kinesis of this rock seems to kind of escalate physical impact.
Oh.
Is the wall magical and enchanted?
Do you have anything that you could roll Arcana unless you have any checks you would like to do?
I will just observe it and look at it and roll Arcana.
Sure.
No, I got a single digit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't particularly seem magical. It doesn't have a sheen to it. You don't see glyphs in it in any way. It probably just is like a natural sort of formation that just the rock itself has, a different sort of structure to it.
Winnie would like to send. You said this is kind of a high ceilinged place.
Oh, yeah. From where you are, you probably have a ceiling about 30 feet up, and then where the elevator is, that goes up to a height where you cannot see.
Okay.
So there's like a 15-foot circle that is carved upwards out of the ceiling, that the elevator would extend upwards
sure.
into.
We're in a
Yeah,
tube.
the elevator does. Yes, a tube. The elevator, I would say, is more of a platform here. There's no
OSHA.
There's no, well, we talked about OSHA on a previous episode. Unfortunately, there's a
did.
clip about it. We've talked about OSHA twice now. We've made that joke twice. So, rule of 3, OSHA.
I would like to flip a little switch and activate little Jeffrey's. I mean, it's mine technically, but whatever. Gem of brightness, for the like uber bright light, and
Sure.
send him like flying over and up a little bit to give us a blinding light. Wait.
I don't think you want to blind everybody.
I think you're right, because I just realized that that can not quite stun people, but like kind of. The brilliant, like, bright. I just want it to be bright in a way that doesn't hurt us. So
Sure.
yeah.
Jeffrey goes to the 30-foot ceiling and disco balls.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
And he's got that little speaker, so he goes like for no.
Oh, I was
purpose.
gonna say dancing queen, strong and sweet.
I was hoping it would be Caramel Descent. Dun, 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 dun.
It's just all
And see-
three of those on like a loop, like a 5-second loop of each.
I'm making everyone happy.
Except for Kaila, who's about to cry.
Just throw some Pivris in there. It's fine.
Yes, Jeffrey plays Pivris.
St. Patrick just rolls through.
Anyway, floodlights.
Yeah. Do we see any loot worth taking?
Or traps.
Yeah, sure, or traps. Fine.
Acacia
Or
has
puzzles.
the 31. No, you see again the bug out chest that is now emptied. You see a few wall sconces that could be lit. You don't see any writing down here. You don't see any glyphs. You don't see any obvious traps. You just have the elevator.
I keep thinking that like there's something about the sconces that you want us to light, and then I was like,
Nope.
right, that was the solution to the cloaker. Or like a distraction for the cloaker who doesn't like bright light.
If I could offer something to you all, that might be logicked out here. You're not even close to the vault yet. This
no.
is this is the escape route that if Ogden had to fucking run, this is
Yeah.
where he would go. So I would be less concerned about Ogden setting traps for himself as he's trying to frantically run from enemies, and more concerned about whatever you're going to find at the top of that elevator.
I mean, that's true, but also it's Ogden and he's sneaky.
Winnie, what did Ogden say when you sent him again?
Well, he said, apparently I have a giant note that says in all caps, do not fall from cliffs. So that's good.
Because I think you were originally going to try to climb the cliffs.
Yeah, that makes sense. He said basically that, good luck, and don't have this on my thing. Didn't he tell us, like, he didn't give us much information aside from...
Because if you remember, both he and Curio were cursed to...
Oh, I didn't realize he was also cursed, but that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And Winnie would have remembered what he said exactly, but it has been 2 weeks, and,
He mostly was like, oh, fuck, it's you guys.
yeah, no, he, took 25 words to say,
Ah, fuck.
Fine,
Which Winnie? Fuck.
fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, not a lot of useful stuff. Would you like to, take a quick look at the elevator and see how it works? And, not like the schematics, but just like, what's
Yeah.
the deal?
So, it looks like a connective point that has 2 buttons on it. Seems to otherwise work off of simple machinery. It has, a joint connected to the wall.
I love
It will
simple
lift upwards.
machinery.
Yeah.
Who wants to ride this with me? Oh,
Yes.
How does it look?
Is it
Yeah.
sturdy?
I was just gonna ask, is it horse
Oh.
sturdy, or is it like...
I mean, it's 15 feet, so you all would reasonably be able to fit. It looks sturdy. I mean, again, going off Acacia's role, if Winnie wanted to do like an investigation role,
Yeah.
with her artificer tools and see if
I'll do that.
It has to fit and carry a dragon turtleborn.
Yeah, but
and anybody else he's bringing in his boat.
I guess that's true.
Hmm.
Do I still need to? That's an 11.
I mean, Winnie's pretty certain that it'd be fine.
Yeah, it's probably fine. Plus, it doesn't have to carry little Jeffrey, so it evens out.
So we're going up.
Well, we can't go down.
Okay.
I mean, we don't
And-
want to. Our goal is up, so.
I did cast on the last session
Pass without trace.
Pass Without a Trace.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm correct, what's the time limit on that?
An hour.
So I want to can we redo that because I wasn't going to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you
Okay.
want to have not cast the spell, or do you want to cast the spell as of like this moment?
I don't think I want to do it quite yet.
Okay.
Fair enough.
What do you Phil, what do you think? In character.
We don't know what's going to be there. We don't know what's going to be waiting for us or what's going to be around. So it can go either way, honestly.
Do
We
you
don't know
want
if
to
there's
wait
gonna
till
be
we
people-
go up?
I mean, you can't
All
make
the
the
way to the
elevator
top?
quiet, can you?
No.
So we might, like, they're gonna know we're there, or someone's there. We might as well wait.
I
Okay.
could potentially make the elevator quiet.
Oh.
I mean,
If we really want to, but I'd kind of rather just
I don't-
go.
look, like,
We don't know what
someone
we are going to run into there.
waiting for us
Yeah.
up there would have had to go either the way we just came, which doesn't really look like it's seen a lot of use lately, or they would have to have gone through the whole dungeon the other way around. And they're probably gonna be a little tired if they did that. So,
And if they run away, we know where to go.
I vote let's just
Bucket, let's go.
yeah.
Let's go. Too much talking. I want to get smiting.
Yes. Well, not the smiting part, but I definitely want to get going and not get killed.
Winnie is like air pressing the button, waiting for everyone to like get on so she can press it for real.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
She's fine.
Yeah, when he's pressing the door open button.
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't
try
exist.
that in the elevator the
Yeah.
next time I'm in there. Like,
Okay. So with all of you on the platform and Winnie pressing the up button,
Mhm.
you all feel a jolt beneath you as the lift begins to ascend. The clanking of gears behind you or next to you, as the wall connects to the platform itself, and steadily you all begin to rise off of the ground on the lift itself and into the dark tunnel, the dark tube above. It takes a minute. It is not particularly quick, but steady. As you seem to be rising through stone, it is completely dark, just absolute blackness in here. As the lift itself does seem to kind of become flush with the stone walls. I know this might be a claustrophobic issue, so please use your safety cards for this, as this is a 15-foot space, and this is taking some time. You can hear
Wait,
the.
even with little Jeffrey's.
You're using the gem of brightness in here. Sure. Okay.
It stays
In that
on
case,
until I turn it off. So
cool. I didn't know if you had turned it off yet. So in that case, you can see in here. You can see that the walls have been carved. You can see the slight dripping of water, which you might expect from stone on an island. But there are no windows. There's no like exits really. The machine just seems to be going until it's going to reach a logical stop. There is a point where through little Jeffrey's light you can see stone above. There does not seem to be an opening above, and this is This is not necessarily a trap, but this is where I'm going to introduce a trap mechanic for this game because we are going to be dealing with a lot of traps. I am not going to necessarily tell you what a trap does, but what I'm going to do is when you encounter something where you have a split-second reaction, I am going to say click. When I say click, you all can tell me if you would like to do something that might benefit you. So say if I say click and you say, I hold my breath and it's poison gas, you're going to have advantage on whatever your dexterity saving throw is, or whatever your constitution saving throw. If I say click and you dive to the ground and it's poison gas, maybe not advantage. If I say click and you run across the room, maybe disadvantage, right? Because then you're going to be out of breath and looking to breathe in more. So it's going to be up to you as to what's going on here, but this is the first click. Is there anything you all would like to do as the elevator seems to be ascending you all into a solid surface?
Are we still in like the column?
You are.
Do we see any, what's the elevator made out of?
It looks to be metal with some wood attachments as well.
Can we see any gears?
You can see there's the gears are exposed. They are flush with the wall. So not flush. You can see the gears are maneuvering you up. So whereas like the wall had the elevator kind of against it, you can see the gears clanking against the wall.
Proximus is going to kneel down and grab his glaive.
Okay.
I would like to take a spare dagger, not one of my magical ones. It's just a regular non-magical dagger. I'm gonna jam it into those gears.
Okay. We'll see how that affects it. Winnie, anything you would like to do?
I mean, Winnie's the shortest, so
She'll be smashed the last. You're right.
yeah.
No, little Jeffrey will smash last.
Yeah.
Winnie would like to she'd like to check the ceiling either with little Jeffrey or some other way, maybe like mechanically an arcana check. She wants to see if there's like anything weird about it, or like does it
illusion
look
or something
false, or yeah, I guess not necessarily arcana, but like
Yeah, go ahead and give me an arcana check.
that's a 15.
Okay. Little Jeffrey flies up to the ceiling, presses his body all around it, looks down, shakes his little head at you. I will say with the 15, though, Winnie, you do also notice, because you're standing next to the controls, that both buttons are flashing. Scarlett, anything that you wanted to do?
Not fall over from the sudden impact of a dagger being put in gears.
Yeah, I was going to say that's going to impact you all here momentarily, but if Scarlett would like to brace herself, you may do that. Okay. Okay. In that case, dexterity saving throw from everyone. I will say Scarlett's going to have advantage, and Acacia, having put the dagger there, will have advantage.
Winnie has an 8.
+5.
+5, so I got a lot.
19.
Way over 20.
Okay.
And I'm assuming little Jeffrey's
Yeah,
exempt,
18.
'cause
Little
he's
Jeffrey's
flying.
exempt. Little Jeffrey's flying. Okay. Winnie hits the floor. Winnie, you only take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you smack pretty hard on the metal surface. But the elevator stops, and you can see the gear is starting to roll the dagger a little bit. Though it is steel, it is still pretty. I mean, it's holding almost 1,000 pounds, I think, probably more than that. I can't remember how much Acacia weighs, but this is a gear that can hold all of your combined weight, and this dagger is doing a good job. But
I'm so proud of it.
From the
You know, I'm regretting giving my immovable rod to the whale fall court.
yeah. From
Oh,
the
yeah.
floor, can I smash both buttons at once?
yeah. Okay. Winnie, as you do, the stone surface above seems to open almost portal-like with these splits that even Jeffrey couldn't find. And it opens into a darkened space, somewhat illuminated by Jeffrey's light. There doesn't seem to be any light coming from whatever the space is, but you can see that there is a how do I describe this? Like a decadent, well-painted mural on the ceiling of whatever this room is. And
Right.
you all are just about, for Acacia's benefit, just about 15 feet down. So you would have to climb up or maybe fly up or however to
Can I
get up
remove
into
the
this space.
dagger? Can I try and
You
yank
can.
the
You
dagger out
absolutely can.
so we
Yeah.
can keep going? Because I didn't think it would be enough to stop it. Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
with a slight smoking that the gears now are putting out, the dagger is removed and the elevator comes back to life a little more slowly with a chunk and lifts you all back into this space. With Jeffrey's light, you all would look around to see a very opulent bedroom. It has a lot of dust. This is what I'm going to give Acacia for her 31 as you're looking around this space. There seems to be a couple of sets of armor. There is a bed, four-post bed, with just this just immaculate kind of carvings into it. These cherubic carvings into it. It's this very fine oak. There are these very decadent rugs. But in all of this finery, there are cobwebs, there's dust, and there's an unlit chandelier and a single door that is closed, which as you rise into this space, you can see that it is the only door to this room.
I look at the dagger after I've pulled it out, which I'm assuming it's now warped.
We're going to call that dagger unusable for combat. Yeah.
Or it's very useful for combat, because imagine just...
It's a pretty bent up dagger. Yeah,
Stick it in, leave it in. Yeah.
I'm going to hold on to you just in case, for now. In case we need to do that again.
We'll call it a one-use. Yeah, one-use deck.
A bludgeoning weapon.
Okay. That is the room you find yourselves in. As the elevator comes to the very surface and lifts you all in, it's almost like there's an illusory spell where as you step off of it, because you were just on it, you can slightly see through the illusion. But as it's flanked by these two suits of armor in this corner of the room that has a painting behind it that you just now noticed, you could not really see the elevator were you not actively looking for it. And the painting is someone that most of you would be familiar with in at least description, if not direct interaction, as it is a portrait of Ogden Ironback.
I've never met him. Can I get a description?
Yeah. Ogden Ironback, this is a younger Ogden Ironback in his prime as a pirate king. Ogden Ironback is a dragon turtleborn, often mistaken as a turtle, but the spiked shell and the kind of beaked face really gives away his more draconic ancestry. He is incredibly large. Again, his shell has more like a what do I say? An alligator turtle? What am I thinking? Snapping turtle. Snapping turtle kind of texture to it. He has brownish gold scales on the rest of his body, an eye patch, and typically wears a mixture of like pirate fancy clothes. You know, he is not someone who sails often. He is depicted here wearing a very, very big hat with a saber at his side and a wide grin on his beaked face.
Okay.
Everyone else met a much more grizzled version of that, and a much less fit version of what is depicted in the painting.
So the painting is an illusion?
The painting is not an illusion. The painting is on the wall. The illusion is where the lift is. You can still kind
Gotcha.
of see where
Okay.
the lift is, and still see where the buttons are. But if somebody just walked into this room, it would be very easy to miss.
Cool. I want to draw on the painting.
What would you like to draw on the painting?
I want to give Ogden a mustache.
Yeah,
And like an eye
let's
patch?
antagonize the person that we're probably gonna need to help get us through everything.
You want to give him a second eye patch? He has one eye patch. Okay. All right. You watch as what do you have to draw with?
Whatever I write in the bound books with.
That's fair. Okay. Scarlett breaks out her like quill and ink, and
Scarlett, we're trying to make like connections and friends.
No,
Why
this
do you
is a
have to
great
antagonize
idea.
everybody?
If
Scarlett,
I'm
I
moving someone out
endorse
of the
this.
vault, I'm going to do this. This painting is ridiculous.
It is.
I endorse this.
I'm
Scarlett,
literally
give
just
me a
like finger
performance check.
painting,
Why
probably
are
with
we
whatever
even
ink I
here?
have.
Yeah,
Let's
do
just where the elevator led us.
Okay, Proximus, you are honor bound to defend me when I say that I tried to stop this.
For the
And
record, I
he
am.
does know what Scarlett's
Yes.
like, so that helps.
Yes. He also
Scarlett, give me a
knows how you
performance
are
check, please.
too.
Performance check? Oh, hell
Please.
yeah. Oh, God. 18.
It's really good. Like you're kind of sitting there going like, oh, a mustache and another eye patch, and you look at it and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
damn. Okay, maybe that's a look. Is that a look? Should we do 2 eye patches and mustaches now? Is that the thing now? Like it's Baroque.
I make the painting better. Got it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Let's get going. Let's
In the
break
bottom
this
corner, I just want to
motherfucker.
like SS was here.
Sure. Okay.
Thanks.
Can I write the thieves can't equivalent of get fucked in the corner?
Yeah, sure.
But on the other side?
Yeah. Is it just SS?
I feel
have
like
to ask this of
Derek's
Scarlett.
saying that. Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
like, add that
Is
to
this-
the
is-
list. Check.
Siren, Storm, Sorcerer, Scarlet Shores. Is it
That's
just 5 S's?
5.
It's just like a snake was here.
No, just SS.
I
All
don't
right.
get it. Yeah.
All right. Let's commence.
Commence actually looking through this bedroom if there's anything useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do investigation checks for this. You kind of got the description of everything here. There's a few pieces of furniture. So you can see that there are a couple of like nightstands. There's a dresser here. There's a chest in the corner. There's a standing mirror. Like I said, the couple of portraits, and then again, you do have the painting on the ceiling, which seems to be of this. It has a number of ships sailing, almost in like this circle rotunda-esque painting, which is this incredible painting on the detail of the waves themselves, and a variety of sailing vessels.
Are
But
any of them Ogden's like flagship? Also 24.
you can give me a history check if you would like to double check on that.
I would like that.
If I'm not gonna look through the room, but I am gonna start investigating the door, and if the door is safe and like there's nothing out there, I'm not gonna go a full on scouting, but I'm gonna just start getting the lay of the land and our options.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I feel like I am treating this room exactly how I treat all the rooms in Baldur's Gate. It's just anything that's cookable, I'm in it.
Absolutely.
In it.
Yeah. You hold Alt just to see what's highlighted. Absolutely.
PG-3. Yeah.
It doesn't work for everything. Okay.
Doesn't work for
So-
skeletons.
So to address Acacia's things first, as you go to the door, you kind of give it a little wiggle. It's not locked, as far as you can tell.
Look through the
You can't see-
keyhole.
Yeah, you can see that there is light coming from underneath the door, coming from the keyhole. As you hunch your horsey self down to look through the keyhole, you can see that there is a small hallway which seems to branch out into a T junction. And in that T junction, you do see, it takes just a little bit, but you can kind of hear a couple of voices, and you see 2 Nerian guards just marching, kind of like half-assedly marching. But
Right.
there seems to be a patrol in this T junction hallway. I will say, you wait a couple of minutes. There seems to be a 5-minute delay to them coming through here. But you're in Ogden's mansion. You're in the highest point. This is probably his bedroom, and they are probably just doing a patrol because you all did see earlier that there was at least a dinner being held here by some of the Nerian upper command of whatever this battalion is, which I believe you all did see. It was the 444th.
Also, for everyone's reference, Acacia also, I don't think you've ever seen her wear these because we haven't really done a heist in a long time, but she's like got these like little rubber slip-ons over her hooves, so they like quiet the clippy cloppies.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe like the last time you saw it was at the icebox.
I was gonna say,
That's-
I think, because you were super stealthy.
Or clopper stoppers, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Hoppers.
Uh,
Hoppers.
the rest of you looking around, you kind of do like a mini little like room raider on this thing as you're looking to like go through the drawers. Above rolls on all of you, so I will say that there is a small sheet of paper that you find a book inside of Ogden's what do I say, nightstand, and there is a slip of paper that's left inside. It says if you are reading this, I'll try to do it in the Ogden voice. If you're reading this, I'm likely dead. Should you want what I had, best of luck. Find it where my greatest battle was had. And with that, Winnie, what was your history check for the ships?
16. And
16?
24 investigation.
Not all the ships are super recognizable, but you are able to put together enough as you're looking around and Jeffrey's illuminating the room. These are, at least one of them was Ogden's flagship. If not all of them were flagships of his in the past, these might have been like the top of his navy, or the ones that he was most prideful of. And the one that you kind of get that idea for is you see what you could only assume is the Innocence, but before all the ghosty bullshit. On top of all of
we killed Eula, so like really we did him a favor.
On top of all of that, Scarlett, as you are investigating as well, I will say that you pull out the drawers of his dresser. There's some Dragon Tortoise clothes that really wouldn't work for any of you. A really fancy hat, but on the top of one of the drawers, you actually find laid into a special carving is a key. There is a silver, very ornate looking key you have found. You're not sure where it goes, but you got a key.
Literally just gonna take it. I found this.
There's some guards out there patrolling.
Yay.
Ooh.
Derek, with my eye of true seeing, do I see any other illusions?
You can see through the illusion of the elevator. Otherwise, there's no obvious illusions in this space. And you could probably see through to see the guards to a certain distance as they're marching as well.
Okay.
I'll take that. And Winnie would like to take the hat, the fancy hat, and add it to her Ogden supply section of her bag of holding. Oh god.
I'm so sorry. That was not the song I wanted to play. Didn't mean to blow out anybody's eardrums.
It's all right,
I
I
just
didn't
got
even
worried.
hear it.
I'm
Yeah.
scrolling
Roll
so
20 is
hard.
being a pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did the waves?
I think at this point in time, I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace. Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to do stealth rolls with a +10,
Yes.
Of course we do. And that's everybody in the party, yeah?
I think it's like a radius, maybe? I don't remember.
Yeah, 30 feet. I mean, that's a
Mhm.
large.
That was a nat 20. Please don't make me do math.
Whoa.
so 30.
35.
30.
Or do you have
plus-
a bonus?
Yeah, 35.
Oh, wait, are we rolling stealth now?
Yeah, we'll just do a group stealth.
Oh, okay.
That'll kind of be our carrying roll.
Okay. Let me roll.
Quick
28.
question.
What's your question?
26.
34.
I'll put it in chat so it's easy for you.
Oh yeah. Smart.
Average.
Oh, you're
Okay.
averaging.
That is 123 between all of you, an average of 30.75. So that is we'll go ahead and round down on that and say that is an average 30 stealth roll.
Let's
Um,
go.
We are shadows.
Yeah, no, literally, the Shadow Sorcerer just, there's an incorporealness to your footsteps. The Clopstoppers, enhanced almost to where the whisper of your footsteps is no longer a whisper. You are more silent than cats. You are the absence of being noticed at this point.
Still a little rusty, but not bad.
Two things. Is there anything weird about the waves? And do people count as creatures, right?
They do.
Heck yeah, they do. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I thought there was more to that. The
yet.
waves are painted, but nothing weird about them. They're not moving. There doesn't seem to be anything that you've noticed about them.
Okay, my investigation doesn't give me any. Okay. How did I lose my equipment? That's fine.
I will say the ceiling is just a painting. There's no
okay,
no
that's
code
fine.
to it or anything like that.
Do I recognize where it is? Is it just open ocean? Is it?
Yeah,
near-
it's because none of these ships would have necessarily like even logistically been in the same place, let alone like
It's
some
very
sank before
fanciful.
others were built. Yeah, it's just because these are all
So the-
flagships, not all of them existed at the same time.
Ogden's
Right.
just being ostentatious.
Yeah, the artistic,
Mhm.
it's not accurate, right?
Right. Are we ready to keep going?
Yeah. One more little quick question. Does anyone know, like, I had a flashback. I feel like maybe I've asked this before. Like, are Nereians typically, traditionally, like, are there any signs that they think are, like, bad omens? See, as I'm saying this out loud, I'm pretty sure I did this. And that notebook is in a different room. Like, are they very afraid of ghosts, or like griffins, or?
I don't even think we should try and engage them and get any attention.
I know I want to
Move
be
fast.
prepared for if we do have to engage them. I figure now is a better time to ask than later when we won't have
I
time.
mean, you're asking about the people from like the largest empire in the world, the sprawling empire, whether they have a collective fear of things.
Capitalism.
Well, no, they love that because it's an empire.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that would be really
Communism.
tough to answer. Yes, they're terrified of the Red Scare,
Okay.
which is what they call Scarlett.
Okay. No, that's fine. I've got a backup.
Yeah, I would say
idea.
like sailors have superstitions, but if you're gonna say like, hey, do like Americans have collective superstitions? I guess we're kind of all scared of ghosts. Some people aren't. Notably, a
that's
select
why I
group
said-
from New York, they ain't scared of no ghosts.
That's why I said traditionally. Like, obviously, you're not gonna have. It's fine.
Banking on some random area guards, even if there was a collective superstition, banking that they are scared is a bad bet.
They are guards patrolling an
I-
empty mansion.
Derek, I look
Like,
around
I don't think
for-
they're top of the list.
Go ahead, Michael.
Derek, I look around for ectoplasm. Can I? We ain't afraid
Sorry.
of no ghosts. I don't know if I did this before, but I do want to summon Smokey from
The goodest boy.
the
got it.
goodest eel hound ever.
Best boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any like? Because I know. Come on, brain. Put the thoughts together, please. When we went to Umberlee's Eye, they had pretty much taxed all religion. But there was, I think, one that they hadn't, and they were like pushing people to do that one instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Right.
Nereians have like there is an accepted pantheon of the Nereians, so they do have a select number of gods that they're like these
This
are
is chill.
these are,
These are
imperially approved. Yeah. And typically what they
Hate it.
kind of say is like all the other gods and goddesses are just false aspects. Like you're not getting the whole story. Like, oh, we see you have a sun god. That's not the right name and your stories are bad. But we
Yeah.
do
Wow,
we
it's like the
also have a sun god.
Romans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Derek's like, yes!
Somebody
Yes!
clip
I've been
Derek
telling you this.
right now.
Finally.
Because that was perfect.
Okay. Can I do a religion check to see if I remember any of them?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Plus
with-
3, so 23.
Yeah. With that, you should be able to remember most, if not all. Let me pull up their pantheon here real quick.
This is there is a point to these questions, I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, you're all good.
No. I need this.
How dare you ask nonsense?
I need to know the
that's-
pantheon.
That's not what I wanted.
Derek,
Wow.
also sidebar, I'm also gonna take like a bunch of, I'm sure like Ogden has a bunch of like small trinkets, or maybe like there's like a pile of rocks I could have grabbed somewhere before coming in. I want to grab
Yeah.
those. I've been playing a lot of Dishonored and Horizon Forbidden West, so
Nice.
I'm in
And
like
badass
the-
weapons.
Action.
I'm like in the
Such good
stealth
art, by the
mode.
way.
Dream.
Okay,
We've
so
all been playing video games while we've been off. We're so sorry.
References.
So you really get like a lot of the main ones. There's a bunch of like the side ones as well that are more accepted. But I'll give you this. Even within the Empire, like some worship is taxed. But you have Palor. They love their sun gods. The Raven Queen is accepted, but not like culturally. It's kind of frowned upon to be like an open worshiper of the Raven Queen. Like, yeah, death's a thing, we all accept it, but don't be a weird goth kid. Sehanine is kind of thrown up there, but I'd say Palor is kind of like the granddaddy. They are very much a sun-based
Taylor's
culture.
the daddy.
Yeah, Palor is the daddy. Aside from that, they have like Ioun, Coralon gets thrown into there.
What would soldiers be most respectful to a fearful level?
They don't.
Do
They're
I know
disparate
that
people
one?
who all have their individual beliefs.
So, Kaila asked about soldiers, not just everyone. So that's a little more specific.
Okay, fair.
I would say like a lot of soldiers look to Helm or Tyr. Those are really the big two. A lot of them, again, Palor is a big one they look to as well. Sometimes they will just simplify them to say the Great Warrior or the Great Father. That's kind of like where the pantheon really, the pantheon of the Empire really simplifies it down to where we're not saying a specific god, but it's more just the concept of that god, so we have our bases covered. So if you could say the Great Warrior, and the imagery is very similar to Helm, you know, fully armored knight carrying a sword, guarding something, you know, guarding a gateway.
The great daddy.
Yes, the Big Daddy. Yes. Played by Adam Sandler.
So I'm not saying anything out loud. I do want to, through the mind link. If we really want to spook people, why not disguise as their gods, right? Be an omen?
I'm still not like a big fan because it just seems suspicious. Why is this big god coming to go look at little old me in the middle of a job?
But
I
that's the
mean-
thing. The Nerians are so full of themselves. It kind of plays into what we need.
Can it be like Plan X?
Yeah, well, again, like, Scarlett, you're not saying we, like, walk out the door dressed as, like, Palor or whatever, right? Like, you're
We
saying,
will
like...
sneak by, and then if we get caught, then the
Yeah,
big
definitely
god
not
shows
they.
up,
Hey,
and
you know, alarm
everybody
bells.
believes that they are the hero of this story, even though that is me. Wait, what?
How is that
What?
It doesn't... Okay, it's fine. Winnie, is going to douse the gem of brightness. Wait, no, she's also gonna grab some trinkets or paper or something like Acacia did. Junk.
Derek,
Yeah, I mean, he has little knickknacks in his drawers. He has the book that you found. You'd be able to grab stuff like that. Yeah, what's up?
where's my dowsing rod? What direction if I were to look at the T intersection?
Now down. And I'm going to say at this point, you're probably on the very far edge of being able to pinpoint Ogden at where you are.
All right,
Oh.
we need
Like
to
you
get
passed by wherever the level point was.
we need to get going because my spell isn't going to last forever, and now it's pointing down.
Okay. I will also grab the book if no one else has or is going to.
Left or right more so, Derek?
If you're facing the door, it would be almost straight down at like almost like an 80-degree angle.
Okay. All right, we need and
When
I
you
think
look
we're
through the door, was the corridor curved, or
No.
was it?
it was a T.
Okay.
Mhm.
And the signal is kind of weak, so I think we're still a long ways off. We need to
Do you want me to go fast?
I don't think it really matters. We just need to time it right. They're coming by about every 5 minutes. So I think we should choose a direction and head that direction when they go the other way.
Left, let's go.
I have no preference. Let's go.
Okay.
When he's gonna go.
So timing it out, where you will have more time to the guards that you've seen walking around. You exit the room and go into a wallpapered hallway. Again, you've been inside Ogden's mansion before to kind of recognize where you are. The wood paneling, the wallpaper on certain parts, the lit candles that are kind of lining the hallways. There are a number of plants that are placed in here. There's windows that you can see at either end of this hallway, which going left you would see that it branches off to the right. Going right you would see it branches off to the left. So you're kind of at like what you could assume to be an end of the building. There are paintings on a lot of the walls, various different things, a lot of things that pertain to Ogden specifically. As you move left, you would see kind of like turning the corner just as the guards are getting to the end of a very, very far hallway. There seems to be a room that opens up that the lights are not lit within, but maybe a sitting room from what you can kind of see as the columns have opened up. Is there anything you all are looking for specifically?
This might be a made-up memory that my brain is doing to me because this was 3 years ago at this point. I vaguely remember Ogden getting into a smaller vault that was behind a painting. Was that accurate, or is my brain making that up?
I also thought he showed us kind of where.
Because we realized that
a
wasn't
thing
his
was.
actual
Yeah.
vault. That when
Yeah, it was a
someone
fake
references,
vault.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember him showing you all a vault.
I thought
It
he
might-
was doing
I thought
something
it was-
to show off.
Right. I think it was at the dinner table.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I don't remember him showing you all a vault at the dinner table. I remember him kind of like maybe it was in a cutscene sort of deal. I will give you this. It is behind a painting, so whether fake memory or not,
I was going to go, but I was checking the painting. I wanted to make sure
Like,
I wasn't just gonna
I
find a flat
don't want
wall.
to tell you that you're wrong, just in case my memory is wrong. But there is a painting. I will tell you it is not in the dining room, and that I would say Winnie's note is going to be your best clue towards where that is.
Well,
Derek's
checking
other
all
hand
paintings.
is doing the
I'm not
Arthur
just-
meme where it's just fist clenched, like, oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
No, I mean I
How did
worked
she
you all to
know?
find this. This is not.
Because my question was, if the hallway is full of paintings, I'm going to check behind every painting just to make sure that there's nothing behind there.
Wait.
If my memory was correct, I'm not just.
Yeah.
So if we're here, are we in his castle itself and not in the dungeon yet?
Correct. You are.
Yeah.
You basically went all the way up because that's where he would have evacuated from.
Right.
In the mind, like, we need to find the entrance to the vault.
Right.
Yes.
The
Isn't that
dungeon.
what we're doing?
We're-
Look for a picture with his biggest victory.
What?
Where? What?
That's-
Yeah, that's what he said on the note. Yeah.
Right. What
Um,
would be Ogden's biggest victory?
What was it? Derek, what would I know what Ogden's biggest pirate venture was, his biggest accomplishment was?
If you would like to remember, because this would just be like pirate lore, you can roll a history check.
Yeah.
Also, if Curio like went to the trouble
16.
of busting into the vault, like it's not like Acacia's never heard of
Yeah.
other Ogden stuff.
Like, I've know of Ogden, I've just never met him.
Yeah.
Right.
16.
Anyone else?
I'll do it, but I
I-
should probably know, right? Oh, no.
Oh yeah,
Was that
Winnie
bad?
would absolutely look.
I'm focusing on the paintings right now.
Fair enough.
What was it in history?
History.
Jerry.
23.
-1. 10. Yeah. No.
Okay.
You have minus
Um,
1.
yeah. I'm
Big
a dummy.
himbo!
I know, but I always
my
forget.
intelligence is so low.
Himbo!
11.
I have an 8
both-
intelligence.
Both Acacia and Winnie would remember what this is. This was the Battle of the Bight, which is a battle that Ogden survived as he basically pirated from central Terraconus. It is in this combat, in this fight, that he took a fleet with him. His ship was the only one left standing, but he felled 5 dragons, 5 adult dragons, in
Wait,
this this pirate heist, essentially.
I almost
I
forgot about
thought he was
that.
going to say Dragonborn.
Yeah, no, this is why we want to
adult
be
dragons?
friends
Yes.
with him and not antagonize him. Oh, balls.
Okay, so we want to find a painting with dragons and Terraconus and him winning at the Battle of the Bight.
Yeah.
Have y'all been? You've been here before, right? Any of you know where that is?
We didn't really get the tour.
That was before I leveled up and got keen mind.
He
is there
also
a
did not
chance
like
Winnie
us.
remembers? Well, I mean, Winnie would still have been looking around this fancy mansion, regardless of if someone liked her or not. She's friends with everybody. She doesn't know why Ogden
Yeah,
wouldn't like her.
That's true.
Is there a chance she would remember seeing such a thing?
With you didn't have keen mind at the time, but that's fine. Go ahead and do a history check with advantage.
Oh hell yeah! Let's.
Alternatively, we can send him and ask, because it's technically not asking about the dungeon, asking where the specific painting
That's
is.
31.
Okay, so when he
Or
probably
Yeah,
remembers.
yeah.
Let's-
Okay, all right.
Go with the 31.
Yeah.
Winnie, it's like you go into your mind palace, and it's so beautifully structured here. Like little Jeffrey's there; he's fully humanoid formed. He has like a British accent, and he's like, "I'll drill
I
the
hate
battle." And just
Better
like,
than
no,
old
no, no,
Sailor Man.
not now, Jeffrey. I'm busy. And you go to all your little file cabinets. He's like, I'm looking for a particular painting. A particular painting, madam. Is there one you had in mind? Ah, yes, the Battle of the Bight. Madam, if I might suggest the draw to your left. And as you
Elves
categorize,
trance in weird ways. Okay, you bet she's had time to create a mind palace.
as you categorize all of your memories, you recall that when you were first brought to Ogden's mansion, his keep, you were brought through this this wonderful entryway, arches and again just opulence. As you turned to the right, there was a small. It kind of set out to you a little bit odd because you expected there to be a door, but there was a little inlay to the wall where there was just a small desk, half desk that's set against the wall, and just this massive painting, just sprawling painting of a battle where in the corner of it you saw Ogden with his foot upon the skulls of 5 dragons. It was a 10-foot painting.
Oh, it's over this way. It's that really kind of almost gaudy, one might say. In the little weird architectural it's this way.
Following you.
Continuing down the halls, there. Sorry, Proximus.
I wanted to do a survival check to see if there was footsteps or tracks that we could see the most worn pathway that these
Guards.
soldiers have been using.
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Do a survival check. Ooh, that's good.
16.
Great. 16, you're looking at the rug, you can kind of see that there's like, it's being worn, like even looking at the fibers, you can see that they're kind of being pushed back in the same direction that you all are traveling. Like if you were going to say that the bedroom that you came from was 6 o'clock, the guards seem to be traveling in a clockwise manner around the mansion itself. Judging by the dust on a bunch of the door handles on the doors that you were passing by, they don't seem to be utilized very well. A lot of the space in this mansion seems very underutilized. You do come across a door from time to time that does seem to have light coming from beneath it, or not a lot of dust on the handle. With your stealth rolls, nobody has necessarily noticed you. You have not heard any voices, but some rooms are getting more use than others. You're just not necessarily sure what is behind them. As you pass by the sitting room, which you also kind of notice to be a green room of sorts with these big windows and all this vegetation within. There's kind of like the gurgling of water, as there's even a little fountain in this space. But it seems a lot of the plants are drooping. They haven't gotten a lot of care or water. Again, a lot of dust in this space as well. The windows need cleaning, so this space just seems to kind of been left to rot. Moving forward through the hallway, you all are getting closer and closer to where Whitty would remember the entrance to this building is, and also thereby closer to the dining area as well. What's up, Whitty?
2 things. One, are there any interesting plants that are still alive but looking sad? Like rare or engaging, like charming plants.
What's the other thing?
What?
What's your other thing?
You had 2.
Oh, yeah, the other thing is on the way, Winnie is going to take one of two of the things that she grabbed from the bedroom. Probably like a little brooch.
Sure.
Something.
Yeah.
The lid off of a like shell wax container or something. I don't know what he has in his room. And she's going to be kind of messing with them as we walk. And I don't think we're talking, so there's that. And then she's going to at least Acacia, probably everyone would notice a kind of gross smell for like a second before she shoves them into the bag of holding.
Okay. As far as, sorry, Proximus.
Because I know the direction, in the mind link, I want to tell everyone which direction the soldiers are pacing, and I assume that if they were to come around faster than what they are planned on, or what we've noticed, that they would come up behind us, right?
Yes.
Because we went in the direction that they were going. So I'm going to hang back and walk kind of backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So Acacia, I am going to leave my pommel out and I rest my hand. So I rest my hand like on your hunch, so I can go backwards and not trip over something.
Yeah. Do you just want to sit?
Oh, I am very heavy, Acacia. I don't know. I mean, Buck
I'm
was
very
really
strong.
struggling when we were racing that one time.
If you want to, I can carry you.
You're
You're not that heavy.
I am not going to say no to this.
I think everybody is running on my back now. Everyone's on my back.
I think everybody. Yes. Actually, I won't this time, but yes, next time I will take you up on that offer, but I think I need to be on my feet for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case.
All right. You touch my horse butt.
Yeah. Is it okay, please?
Yes. You
Roll
can.
to horse
Okay,
butt.
I am sorry.
So you don't trip and know where
Yeah.
we're going. Yes, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay. Winnie, why don't you roll me a nature check for those plants, or I suppose it could be survival.
I realized that they would need to breathe technically. I was going to try and save them for our friends back at Phoenix Landing in the bag of holding, but I don't think they would survive.
No.
So
I mean, I don't know how long plants need to breathe. I don't know if you...
I guess they couldn't hurt, right? Okay.
I feel like if you're starting to veer into like looking for plants, Winnie, we don't have time for this.
Just real quick. I'm just gonna grab it real quick. It's a 15.
Okay. I'm gonna say...
Yeah.
I'm going to say with a 15, you are able to identify 3 flowers, which are rarer. There is the blade orchid, which is really hard to care for because it's an orchid, and also its leaves are like blades. Very aptly named. It's a lot of paper cuts on that one. There's Heaven's Kiss, which is one of the sweetest smelling flowers known to the material plane. It is said to be actually touched by the Celestials. Otherwise, it is just this very vibrant... There's a variety of them that come in different colors. This one's kind of a violet. And then there is the torch flower, which is a flower that is one of the only known plants to grow near entries to the plane, like entries to the fire plane, the elemental plane of fire.
I want them all.
And it kind of does look like a torch. Like it has a stalk that's kind of green, branches out a little bit, and then the flower is this very vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows.
I'm gonna visually point them out to, like a hand motion, our like super secret SEAL Team 6 hand motions to little Jeffrey.
Yeah,
just...
little Jeffrey, eat that plant.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's the first thing he learned. Yeah, he goes over, he springs over like a little Jumpman character, and whoop.
I'll fix your little hands.
Okay. Yes, he consumes all 3 plants. Planter and all.
Yes.
Did you get what we want? Can we find the painting now?
I'm good. I feel like we did a morally correct thing here.
Okay. Moving forward then, with the guards, I would say Acacia's perception check noting that they are not terribly far behind you all now, as the hallway seems to echo just a little bit. You all round the corner and find yourselves near the entrance. I would say just as you are rounding the corner, you start to hear some voices from down the far end of the hallway where you know the dining room to be. You can hear laughter. You can hear kind of like that cacophony of like restaurant voices where you can't hear anything individually being said, but just a lot of masked voices that are kind of just echoing downwards. You can see that a little bit further away to the entrance, there are guards stationed there with their backs towards you. They seem to be just kind of like one of them still straightening their helmet and trying to figure out what strange thing just flew in the night towards them. But to your left, as you round that corner, you can see that small little alcove with that massive painting of the Battle of the Bite presented to you. And again, that desk, which seems to have some flowers and some finery on it, some silver platters and things like that are placed on it.
Everybody in?
Everybody in.
In where?
Just going straight into the painting. It is very clearly a portal, just like ripping right through the canvas.
You hit a wall.
No, I want to check around the actual painting to see if there's anything.
See if there's like a keyhole
If there's,
in
like,
the painting,
hinges.
or you open it. Yeah.
I was thinking that there was like a room that we were walking into to make sure that we're out of the hallway. No, we're just in the
Just
hallway.
the hallway.
Cool.
Just in the hallway. Should we
Okay.
No, it's fine.
Looking for traps.
Scarlett, sounded like you had the idea to look for something. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I want to look around the painting, see if it's like on hinges or if we have to take it off the wall completely. Let me do math. It's a 17.
Painting is not on hinges. It is not an illusion. Although Proximus, you can see that there is there's a hollow space behind this. I would say, Scarlett, as you're kind of looking around, you go to move the desk and realize that it is attached, which you find a little odd. And then as you look at the desk itself, it's just one of those like hallway standing desks, very slim. And yet there's a single drawer on it with a keyhole dead center.
I'm going to use the key that I found earlier.
I think it's a great idea.
There we go.
As the voices of the guards just idly chatting to each other are rounding the corner of the hallway, Scarlett, you enter the key into the lock. With a quick turn, you see the wall basically give way. An invisible split in the wall itself opens to a small, not small, another 15-foot space, I would say. It is just a room. It is no windows, the only entrance and exit being the one that is presented to you. You have moments to decide whether you would like to go in or not.
Oh no, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm just like telling everyone.
Yes.
Go.
Okay.
Now making sure to take the key with me.
You all enter another space. It is dark in here, but as you all enter and the wall conforms back to its previous shape behind you, the guards almost getting to the point where they would be able to see it just as it comes flush and they would be unable to see. The door is closed before you. A light illuminates above, just a pale blue to give you all just the ability to see in this darkened space. And at that, you hear a voice in this dark space as it begins to descend an elevator without controls now. So, you want what I have, do you? Best then you prove you're better than me. No one has made it out of the Ironback vault. You had your chance to turn around. Best of luck.
He needs to re-record that just because someone did make it
Can I
out.
say, are you allowed to lie in those?
It's just a. It's like
That's
an
where we're going
arcane
to take our
mouth.
break. Yeah, it's just it's a magic mouth.
Yeah.
It's a magic mouth. It's a
Well,
great spell.
It's just rude.
Well, he's a rude man.
He's a
Let's go ahead and
pirate
take
king.
our 10 to 15. I swear to God, you cats.
I've been trying to herd,
Love that.
Derek.
Yeah, no, I know.
I've been trying.
Mayor, you're fine. It's
We
not directed towards
knew this wasn't going to be one. Nobody told me, oh, it's one session. Get your asses through it.
Derek would never design a one-session dungeon for us.
We'll be back in 10 to 15. Please stick around while I deal
Check
with
on your
these.
orchids.
Yeah, check on your orchids, your kids, which is what I heard the first time. Take care of yourselves,
Fur
do the
baby
things,
or
we'll be back.
otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Next soon. Bye.
Vast and welcome back to Horizon's Call, everybody. Let's do a dungeon. Let's diggity do
Dungeon
this
time.
dang thing.
A dungeon.
Dungeon time.
Just as a reminder that if you are feeling generous and able enough to tip these wonderful people, you can do so through pally.gg. Pally.gg is a wonderful tool that evenly distributes anything that you are willing and able, both those things being important together, to tip our cast and crew, all of whom you see before you. And anything you were able to tip gets evenly distributed and can impact our game with advantages, crits, and even black spots, which are complications. Maybe they could use some crits and advantages coming up here. I don't know. Maybe not some black spots. We got a couple of those waiting anyway.
Crits. Give us crits.
Give them crits. Give them crits.
Crits.
I also want to say that you can check out, as you saw in our middle of the ad thing. I don't know if I can say ad reel because Twitch got weird about it. But yes, if you want to use our discount codes, as you can see during our break, you can find all of those at beacons.ai/sword and key. Yeah, we have discount codes for Eldritch Foundry, which is miniature custom miniature site, and Greenleaf Geek Dice, which makes dice and TTRPGs accessories, mainly from resin, but there's some really cool artwork pieces out there as well. All that said, let's jump back into it. You all find yourselves inside of an elevator moving downwards, but as you can kind of like feel the movement, it's not straight down, it's almost at an angle. You all are traveling further into the rock, and can kind of see the rock moving with you. Again, there are no walls necessarily to this space. It cuts to a certain point where the blue light above seems to give way to a much brighter light, a yellow light, which the tunnel kind of comes to a terminus point and stops. And before you is a simple steel door. There is a yellow chandelier-like light above, and the magic mouth voice once again says, "I am Ogden Ironback, king of this isle and king of pirates. You have come to take what is mine. The only way forward, the only way through is forward. Good luck."
He's wishing us luck. That's good.
He's
was
maybe about to turn
sarcasm.
back around.
I wonder how many times we have to hear that.
I think
Don't
he likes
talk
the
this
sound
thing.
of his own voice, so probably a lot.
I'm sorry, I meant to be muted during all that. Acacia, I'm so sorry that you have to listen to my horrible cold. Acacia, with your 31, as you're looking around, you do see the first of what you would identify as your dad's notes.
Hell yeah,
look-
let's go.
Looking up onto the ceiling, which is just only a little bit higher than you, you can see carved into it is the Evewalker symbol. And in Thieves' Cant, which is a list of symbols and kind of iconography, almost like hieroglyphics in a way, you were able to identify that it says nothing that Ogden says he is true. I think that's generally the translation you would get out of it. Like, what Ogden is not who he says he is, or Ogden is false. Like, you could interpret it a number of ways.
But no directions, basically.
There are no directions because you all are either
Just got
in the
it.
elevator or you are at the door. Like, it's a very short hallway that you all have kind of been dropped out into. I mean, you're still technically, you could still stand on the elevator, but it does not seem to be moving right now.
I'm gonna take out like actually, I hand over my staff to Winnie first. Can you hold this for a sec?
Yeah, sure.
And I'll take out a notebook and I'll just jot down the symbols that I see on the thing. I'm just gonna take notes from here on out for whatever Dad's directions.
Oh yeah, I think at the end of last session, Winnie said that she was also like sketching a vague map.
Yeah, sounds about right. Thank you, Winnie. Now we'll take it back, and I'm assuming now we're on the same level. Are we on the same level for my dowsing rod?
No, the dowsing rod is still pointing you downwards.
Okay. All right.
Through the door?
Unless there's any other doors, I'll look around. Actually, seriously, that was a serious comment for hidden doors.
Yeah, I would say that as you look around, I'll even give you this with Proximus, there does not seem to be any other routes here. There do not seem to be any secret doors. Proximus, you can tell that there is space beyond the door in front of you, although you do not pick up on any like anything in the ethereal realm. There's nothing there that has a soul.
All right.
I'm gonna.
Ready.
Proximus is going to run his pommel across the surface of the door frame around the door.
Okay. It is a steel door. You feel hear a slight metal on metal screech, but nothing happens.
Okay, ready.
Let's do this.
The door is locked as you would go through it. I mean, who doesn't lock their vault?
Yes.
That'd be very funny if we did, to be honest.
So, would anyone like to break the door down? Lockpick check. What are we doing here?
I'll try picking the lock. I'll have little Jeffrey hold a light for me.
Yeah. Yeah, just like any kid, he doesn't hold it quite right, and you're like, no, like right here.
Yep. Perfect. Okay, I never remember. So it's Dex plus proficiency or sleight of hand?
So the way that I think about thieves' tools is, and I'm just gonna look this up. I'm just gonna look up how tools 5e. This is the most confusing fucking
every
thing.
session, and do I remember?
Every session, I feel like I give a different answer, so I'm going to try to give the best answer possible. Thieves' tools, blah blah blah. Proficiency with these tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make, disarm traps or open locks. So what I'm going to say is you could add your proficiency bonus on top of whatever your sleight of hand would be, because this is a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
I think they make it that way because it doesn't.
Out the gate. So...
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be sleight of hand to disarm a trap, right?
Percy, no.
Percy, yes.
Percy, don't need the dice.
He's not allowed to roll for me. 15, 35.
35 in total. Great. Winnie, getting down, Jeffrey with his mouth light on, or chest light, I guess is how the art depicts it now. You are able to hear a click, and the door is opened to you all. It is a barricaded steel door that opens. Are we moving forward?
Thanks, little Jeffrey. Couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
definitely carefully.
Yeah.
All right. You all open the door to see a much wider room, longer as well. It's a decent sized room. It is dark until, and maybe this catches the first person off guard, but as your foot breaks the path of the doorway, light, just flames on candles, chandeliers illuminate the room. It is a well-lit room. You can see to your left and right that the walls have been painted with this incredibly detailed mural of just... There's a lot of red involved. It is the deaths of countless people by almost every trap you could imagine, and some that you are very upset to find out that someone imagined. Like, your brain could not have comprehended to make something like that. And it is just, it's like one of those Renaissance paintings of hell. It is just like every twisted contraption that you could possibly think of, and somebody dying to it. At the center of this room, on kind of flanked by these frescoes, is a statue. I'm sorry. Get over this cold one of these days. The statue is of Ogden. It is unmoving. And you would see that flanking Ogden on either side of the far wall from you, there is one door on the left, which is at ground level. And then there is a small set of stairs that leads up, like maybe just like 4 feet, to another door on the right. The door on the left is constructed of ivory and steel, and the door on the right is of mithril and iron. That's what you see when you come in.
Sorry, I'm making notes.
You're good.
Smart.
I would like to. No, because we're not in the room yet. I don't want to step in the room. Who's first?
Probably Winnie, because she unlocked the door.
Winnie will go into the. Winnie will like look at the ground before she steps on it, but otherwise she'll just go into the room.
Yeah, it's stone tiles. Actually, kind of nice. There's like marble in here. Like this isn't like a creepy spooky dungeon. Like this is nice. It's a vaulted ceiling.
This is quality.
Yeah.
It's
He
so
got money.
obnoxious.
I want to look at the paintings and like clock what kind of traps
Hmm.
are
Cool.
depicted.
Give me a perception check.
Use this one. Dirty 19.
Ooh.
You see everything from poison darts to flying swords to pitfall traps, rolling boulders, flame traps, acid pits, lava. There's just a giant tearing people in half. There's imps, there's fiends, there's gelatinous cubes. There's every single monster you could ever think of. Some are popping out of bags of holding, some are walking out of paintings. I think the most upsetting thing to all of this is that the more and more you look, the more and more you realize that the people being decapitated, defenestrated, otherwise destroyed are you and your companions.
Magic painting. Got
It's
it.
it's an intimidation tactic.
Yeah. Yeah, I am no longer worried and no longer trust these paintings. I would like to rip them from the walls, please.
Oh, let me
They're,
help you.
they're frescoes. They are the walls.
Oh,
Oh.
never mind. I was about to make a ball of fire for you.
I got shatter for a reason, right?
Don't waste the
Oh.
spell slot.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Also, wouldn't that affect us in this little tiny stone room?
Yes.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I also
Oh.
hate how
Oh,
squished in
man.
I feel, folks.
Yeah, great.
Oh.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a bigger room for Acacia, but still, to someone with claustrophobia, you are underground. You are in a smaller space.
Great
This is vaulted ceiling. This is enough space for a horse to move around.
for now.
But yeah, for
Got
I
the
mean-
nervous horsey trots.
A reminder that trots means multiple things.
sure does.
There's also the fact that Ogden is also a large type creature.
No,
right?
he's medium.
Well, like large medium. Like he's not like a little.
He's the
bitty-
biggest
hefty.
you can get to medium without being large.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say he's just wide. Like he's not Goliath tall. Like he's a little over 6 foot, but I think somebody in chat compared him to Bowser. He's just Bowser.
Yeah.
I love him.
He's
Thick.
just Bowser.
Thick.
Nice.
Hi, Sun King. Do you want to play? No, you're going back to sleep. Okay.
Yeah, no cats.
Wow.
Yeah.
The temptation to just cast the spell magic on this room is like
Mhm.
large. Very large. It's only at their level spell. I could do it and not be crying about it. But
I'm gonna
through the room.
Third
Yeah.
level spells are no big deal for me. I'm
Right.
crying.
Right.
I'm also a sorcerer. I can
know.
switch out sorcery
So nice.
points. I'm also very squishy, okay?
That makes you feel better, yeah. Can I use
Yes.
my eye to kind of glance over the room and make sure that there is nothing that is some type of illusion?
Looking over the room, you would see that there is a slight illusion over the statue. And there's an illusion over the painting, because of course Scarlett was seeing, you all depicted in that. Otherwise, nothing really. And the illusion over the statue, you would notice as it begins to shift a little bit. It's almost like the statue is there, and somebody put an illusion over it to make it look like the statue was moving. Just a visual effect on it.
Right.
And you will watch as the statue of Ogden begins to shift slightly. I, Ogden Ironback, king of this isle, am nothing if not honest. So I offer you this. A pittance of my wealth, should you take the door to exit. And the statue will gesture to the door to your right as you walk in, the door of mithril and iron. Or, should you wish to die here, I will add your names to the great epitaph below. And he gestures to the door to your left, the door of ivory and steel. What are the names Sorry, please, Scarlett.
Is there actually a list of names?
You don't see any. There's no names there. He actually, the magic mouth. What are the names of those who would seek to take from me?
So
he means
annoying.
us. I
I
thought
think
you
I'm gonna
meant.
die from annoyance.
Yeah.
It's obviously this is just a magic mouth spell.
I also
it's-
don't believe that this is the right door.
Hi, I'm Ogden.
Hi, I'm also
That's-
Ogden.
That was the trick.
Then you shall know the way through.
It's weird that he planned for that.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned.
Might have.
Oh,
heard
I'm
that
sorry.
before.
Are thieves not smartasses? Like,
Look, my first inclination was to answer with nobody.
Nice.
So
Right.
yeah, he's got an answer for that one. He's got an answer for Butts McKenzie. He's got an answer for Icy Wiener. He's got an answer for all of them.
Seymour Butts.
Yeah, Seymour Butts definitely up there. Yeah.
Does it look
Hi,
like...
I'm Proximus. Yes.
so on brand. Does it look, based on the two doors, like, does one look like it's been used more?
Nope.
Where's my handy dandy compass turning us?
Down.
But left, right, center.
Center.
Which way cardinally do the doors face?
They would both face the same way. Cardinally, you are on the south side of the doors.
Okay.
So the doors would be north of you.
Okay.
I am going to run my blade, mithril blade, across the mithril,
Mhm.
just to see if this is actually the same.
Different type of. This is not black mithril. This would be like the standard, like pearlescent kind of ivory white mithril. But yeah, genuine as far as you can tell.
Both doors are worth a lot of money.
We don't have time to haul doors
No.
around.
we
I'm
can't
just
put
saying.
the doors in Jeffrey.
Can't we? Couldn't we just, like, make them little itty bitty?
No.
I'm just
no.
saying, quality-wise, that these are both very priceless doors.
Let's just bookmark this for later.
Yeah.
In case we get to come back.
Mhm.
Statue, let us through. We're gonna go through your death maze.
There's no response from the statue. I would say since Proximus, you're right by the mithril door, you could give a little jiggle to the handle. It's locked. The other door is locked as well.
All right, let's go unlock that door. I'm gonna just start going to unlock some doors.
Okay.
Is there a keyhole? Could we just open both doors and see what's behind them?
Sure.
Winnie will take the other door and unlock it.
So I'm sorry, which door is Winnie working on? Which door is Acacia working on? There's a left and a right.
I'm taking
I would've
whichever
gone-
one Acacia didn't take.
I would have gone on the left.
I'll take the
Okay.
right.
All right. Lock me checks, please.
As they
I
are
know we
doing-
just asked about it, but it was sleight of hand plus.
Yeah, we're gonna
what?
do, since this is a standard like locking mechanism as far as you can tell, it's gonna be sleight of hand, and then you add your proficiency bonus. Even if you already have proficiency, we can say you could add it a second time.
I'm burning all my good rolls. I have 39.
Great.
Yeah, I only got a 3, so I got a 13 plus my proficiency, so an 18.
Okay, still good enough. So starting with Acacia, you would open the door and find a completely lightless hallway that seems to lead forward and almost angularly downwards. It's not a steep slope, but there's a slight slope to the tiled flooring where you can see only so far in. Winnie, you open the door, slightly raised on the steps, and within the light illuminates, and you see probably the most treasure you've ever seen in your life. This is about a 30-foot tall room. In the corner, there is a pile of gold and gems and seemingly weapons and armor all piled all the way to the ceiling. And at the far end of this 30-foot room, cube room, 30 by 30 by 30, you see a door, which, if the statue was any indication, is an exit.
This feels like a trap.
Remember what Dad said? Dad said that there's a lot of miscellaneous stuff for distractions.
Yeah.
So,
As they are unlocking the doors and opening it, I want to walk to the back side of the statue and examine any imperfections or if there's any buttons.
Sure. Yeah. Looking over the statue, looking for illusions, things like that. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
$15.
Great. So
Minus
with
one.
yeah, still with a 15 though, looking over the back of the statue, which is pretty close to the wall, you would find that there is like a small alcove, which has been carved out a little bit, and you find a rolled up scroll inside of it.
Oh. Oh, what is this? Hold on 1 second. I found something. And I pull it out.
On the scroll are a list of names, and scrolled there it says, "Fuck you, Ogden. You never thought anybody was going to break in here, but we're the ones that are about to do it. You're going to remember our names, you son of a bitch. You're going to remember what we took from you." And there's a list of 4 names, and it says, "With all the love, the Hooks."
Ooh.
Acacia, I think this is for you.
for me, why?
It says the Hooks, and so
Oh,
I think
no, I'm the
that's-
member.
Oh, that's right. Here you go, Winnie.
No. It seems more relevant to Acacia's interests.
There's a lot of hooks. I'm pretty sure none of these hooks are for me.
Do you recognize any names, maybe?
And
Either
yeah.
one of
Was
you.
Curio a hook?
Was Curio a hook? No, Curio
No.
was not a hook.
I didn't think
Yeah.
so, but
No. No, I'm not going to say any of you recognize these names because they're all very dead.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
I also love
Yes,
that
yes.
the note is in an accent.
Yeah, well,
That's like
there's
no
a level
shade.
of there's a level of illiteracy to it that I was trying to get across there.
I thought it was delightful.
Well, maybe we
Like-
ignore the massive gold pile, which is probably a trap, but also the way out, and then we potentially go down this one, which is sloping downwards and very dungeony.
I would think that he would say the opposite of what he originally said. So I would rather go through the mithril door.
The way I look at it is we try all avenues because we're
Mhm.
gonna run into a trap anyway, and try.
I just want to get to him faster. Yeah.
Well, he's
let's
down,
go.
right? So
He's
Right.
down.
And this one goes down.
let's go down.
The one to the left goes
hole.
down, the one to the right has the treasure and a door and is technically like up and then level.
Yes.
We can always just come back.
Yeah.
So go
Treasure's
left?
not going anywhere.
Yeah, if left is down.
Left is down. Okay. What is our walking order? As we have, it's about 10 feet wide, but this is a closer hallway. So what is marching order for traveling forwards?
I was already there, so I'm probably going first.
Okay.
I don't know about everyone else.
Who's behind Acacia?
Winnie's been pretty comfortable up front to this
Yeah,
point.
okay.
Like, she doesn't
So
mind
Winnie's
going
standing
next.
behind the horse, ill-advised. Somebody could be standing next to Winnie or behind.
Well,
Does
but you
Winnie
also have
want
to
to
account for
ride?
Little Jeffrey. Look, normally I would never turn it down, But I sort of feel like if the person in front triggers a trap, maybe it's not a good idea to have someone stacked on top
Be
of them.
on their back, yes. That's what I was thinking.
I was thinking more of a better vantage point to help see traps, but yes, that's
Right.
fair.
Yes, I can respect that, but you'll forgive me if
That's fair.
yeah unless that would effectively create an assistance for Acacia and Derek, like mechanically speaking, to give like
It's like
advantage
the
or something, but
it's like putting the 50-pound rice bags in the back of your truck.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ballast.
I'm not
Give
sure
you a
there would
little
be
bit.
advantage on Acacia going downhill to have
When it
extra
would lean
weight.
back, it'd be
Extra
fine.
traction in the back.
yeah, really lean back there.
We sell
All
tube
right.
sand for that. No longer rice. Tube sand, Michael.
Tubes of
Right,
rice.
Oh,
And
that's what it
sand.
is.
Anyway, marching order for the last two.
I don't want to be in the back.
I'll
You
be
do
in the
wanna-
back.
Okay.
Oh,
So
oh,
Acacia,
yeah.
Winnie, Proximus, Scarlett, or sorry, Scarlett, Proximus. Again, Scarlett and Winnie could be side by side. Proximus kind of taking up the middle at the back. Okay. Traveling into the hallway. It is dark in here. There are no wall sconces. There does not seem to be anything that illuminates as you break the crest of the doorway.
Little Jeffrey, light.
We don't technically need it. I think we all have dark vision.
Do you all now? I was gonna say,
I thought
does
we-
Acacia not anymore?
I cast dark vision.
Oh,
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I cast.
I'm
the spell.
Okay.
Proximus
is going to again go facing backwards with a hand, shoulder, elbow. What are joints? Elbow on Winnie's shoulder.
Yeah.
Yes, and even with dark vision, it is still dim in here. So if you did want Jeffrey to be your little choo-choo light at the front, he absolutely.
He can be, unless it would
I mean,
be
he can
easier
fly.
for Proximus to use him as like a little guide robot.
Oh yeah, if he just wants to
Okay.
piggyback.
Right. Then yeah, you've got a little Jeffrey arc reactor to light
He's
your way.
ratatouille you.
Oh, I thought it was more of a
you.
baby Bjorn situation, but yeah, either
Yeah,
way.
because he's looking the opposite direction
Yeah,
of
he's,
me.
he's guiding Proximus.
Yeah.
Okay. The,
I just
the
feel like he's
hallway-
flying right behind me with a hand just pulling me.
The hallway, which again is well cut tile, with like marble finish from where you can see with the light of the room as you then travel into the darkness. It's I mean, this isn't like rough stone. This is pretty well managed, all things together. There's no cobwebs that you can tell. There's not a super there's a little staleness to the air, as it seems like this door hasn't been opened for a while. But you travel just slightly downwards, just a slight slope. Yeah, it's taking a little moment as you're traveling in darkness seems to take longer than traveling where you can really see what you're doing. But even in the dimness, you can kind of place your feet. Everyone, go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage, please.
Am I within range of Proximus's thingy?
I think
think
with
it's
you're
10
all
feet.
within 10 feet. Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, it was at disadvantage. You said.
please.
And that's +5 from Proximus, right?
Correct.
Um,
Oh, jeez.
because Acacia's directly in front of me, I would like to use Flash of Genius to give her an extra +5.
I don't need it.
Then I'd like to give myself a +5.
I got a 27. I'm pretty sure I'm fine.
I got a 14.
12 and 5 is 17. 23.
Okay, so I'm sorry, 23 Proximus, what was yours?
14.
14 Scarlet, what was yours?
19.
And Acacia, you had something ridiculous.
Okay.
Okay. Click.
Cool beans.
Proximus, you feel a depression under your foot as one of the tiles you have stepped on seems to give way beneath your weight. You begin to hear the clicking of machinery and movement. You all have one thing you can do. Given the scenario that I placed you in, you have a long, dark tunnel forward and backwards. You really can't see what is ahead of you. You are on a slope. Acacia, what would you like to do?
Is there any indication on what's going to be what is happening?
That's the point of the click. Yeah, that is the information you're given. You're not sure what the trap is necessarily going to be.
You said we're going down on a slope.
Correct.
Can I grab Winnie and throw her on my back and start running?
Yes.
She's close. Well, whoever's closest.
Winnie would be
Who's-
closest.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Winnie or
well-
Scarlett. Yeah.
you're good.
I would allow that.
Or yeah, out of character, does anyone have a preference on who I grab? Because I'm just going to grab whoever's closest.
No, that's good. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Winnie it
It's
is.
your first reaction. Yeah, grab Winnie. Protect
Winnie.
Winnie with everything.
Anything you wanted to do as you are being scooped onto horse.
Not get in Acacia's way. I think mechanical question, does Mage Hand, it doesn't go through things, right?
No,
So like I
it
would
does not.
know when it stopped. I would like to throw up Mage Hand in front of us.
Okay.
Out as far as it goes.
Okay.
Because like, yeah, we've got like vision and stuff, but like if there's a physical force, visible or invisible, I would like to know if
Sure.
we're cantering downhill.
Okay. Proximus.
Got me looking at D&D Beyond. I'm going to duck, and because that was a good answer in chat, duck. But I'm going to use the blade of my glaive to depress where my foot is, and I'm going to move my foot. So I'm ducking down half the height.
Okay.
Like a squatty potty right there in the middle of the.
I got it. Yes, you have
Yeah.
squatty potty.
Yeah.
Scarlett, what would you like to do?
I'm running.
Okay. All right. So as the clinking and clanking of mechanical sounds both above and around you seem to come to a ceasing point, like an infinitely large bowling ball coming back towards you, you all would see a massive boulder rolling from an opening in the ceiling. It thunders to the ground, coming to a terminus point just at the edge, just the very top edge of where that slant began. And then you watch as it breaks past that and begins to roll deadlily in a deadly way towards you. Let's go ahead and let's do some dexterity saving throws as you go to run. Proximus, yours will be with disadvantage since you have chosen to take a knee for the bowling ball.
The first roll.
I do have a question.
Yes.
With how fast I can run,
Yes.
do I need to roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't.
Can I
want
argue at advantage because of how fast I run and I already started running?
I would typically say yes, except you grabbed Winnie, who is
Okay.
not the lightest of elves, as she carries a lot of shit.
That's
Um,
fair.
So
It's not because Winnie's heavy, it's because she has a lot of
It's
shit.
94
Right, right.
pounds, and I've got a lot of it in the bag of holding.
to.
But I am half mithril armor, so.
All right, so dexterity saving throw.
please.
I got a 25.
15.
Okay. Scarlett, what was yours?
15.
15. Okay, Winnie, you actually don't have to roll because you're on
Horse.
Acacia. Proximus.
Sorry.
good.
Oh, that's really good. Holy shit! With
proud of
even
you.
with disadvantage. Well, I needed it. Dexterity.
Mhm.
That's a 22.
Hell
I rolled
yeah.
a 18 and a 19.
Very nice. Okay. Proximus, you watch as this rolling sphere comes rolling towards you, and you are able to get to your feet quick enough and assist Scarlett. Scarlett, who just made a DC 15 dexterity saving throw. We're going to take 10d10 bludgeoning damage. You all begin to run downwards, staying just in front of the sphere. This is not the end of it. It has not come to a terminus point as you all are still running, keeping ahead of the sphere right now. I will get actually, let's see. I'm just going to use passive as you all are running because that's going to have another thing. So passive 29, passive 22, passive 16, passive 23. Okay, Scarlett, Acacia, and Winnie, you would see that as you are running along, up ahead there is a pit ahead of you. And before you get to that pit, you can see that along the wall, like the boulders behind you, there is a spike pit in front of you, and just before the spike pit, you can see that there are
Snakes.
5 buttons on the wall.
5 what?
No, 5 buttons on the wall. I don't think. Do any of you speak Draconic? Okay, you would not necessarily know what the buttons are for, but there are 5 buttons. Sorry, 4 buttons. I'm sorry, there are 4 buttons.
Speaking boyfriend.
Right. Yes, there are. I'm sorry, there are 4 buttons on the wall and a spike pit in front of you. If you want to jump the spike pit, you may do a dexterity. Well, I guess you could use your movement to jump and do a dexterity saving throw to make it past. If you would like to press one of the buttons and jump, your essentially your dexterity saving throw will be at disadvantage.
Well, I am reading the rules for long jump. Do you want us to? So when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet immediately before the jump, which we're all sprinting.
You are. So yeah.
Number of feet equal up to your strength score.
Right. So I'm going to say that this probably wouldn't be difficult for Acacia. This might be a difficult jump for Scarlett.
Don't worry, I've already got it covered.
Okay.
Since I'm on Acacia's back and not having to worry about that so much, can I try and do something to slow the boulders roll?
Sure.
I would like to, from my flasks and vials, I'm flavoring this a little bit. I would like to pitch a flask past Scarlett and Proximus and little Jeffrey. And when it bursts, it's the web spell. I want it to like just explode into a 5 foot deep, because you said the hallway is 10 feet across.
Correct.
So if it could be 10 feet deep, that'd be even better, because it goes up to 20 feet wide.
So are you covering the pit, or are you covering the other side of the pit?
Well, I don't want us to get stuck in the pit, so I want to cover the hallway. It's a 20-foot cube.
So, I'm sorry, between you and the boulder, you're trying to stick the boulder.
Yeah,
okay.
At least temporarily. Slow it down, something.
Yeah, I will say that will give you an extra action to basically decide again if you do want to press any of these buttons. Otherwise, you all can make this jump. You can see that at the far end of this pit there is a doorway. So, as we're kind of doing this, Acacia and Winnie with the web behind you, would you like to take the leap, or would you like to press a button?
I'm taking the leap regardless, so Winnie can decide to try and hit some, like when you touch the elevator, like do this on all the buttons.
Okay. Winnie, did you want to do that?
Especially if Acacia like just says smash it in the mind link. I
am not giving. I'm focusing on running and jumping. I give no guidance out of in character.
Yes, unless I can use my my additional action to kind of investigate which might be the most likely. I will just smash. It already worked hitting them all at once before.
I was gonna say you have webbed, so there's not enough time to investigate. There are 4 buttons that have 4 different runes on them in Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I will.
4 in a row, right?
Yes.
So if she says like I hit 3.
Yeah, each button will have a different reaction. So you may hit button 1, button 2, button 3, button 4, or fucking arpeggio this, and
This is up to Winnie.
I'ma hit them all.
Oh my, oh god.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotta catch 'em all.
And Winnie
Winnie,
says
you
that in
would
the mind link, giving it like a split second for anyone to object.
no objections. Cool. All right. Winnie, for the briefest moment, Proximus and Scarlett, as you all have yet to leap, you would look behind to watch as the giant rolling sphere retains its stone shape, turns to a giant ball of water, then a giant ball of air, then a giant ball of fire, burning away the web that was holding it. Losing your action, you may jump or do something, or you are going to take a flaming sphere's worth of damage.
In the
I'm gonna
mind
dimension
link.
door cross.
Okay.
Well, in
Mike,
the mind
Proximus
link.
can come with me if he wants.
Well, I was going to say, don't waste your magic and fly across the barrier, grabbing Scarlett. But
Can you hold
Whose
me?
dexterity is faster?
yes,
He
Who's-
held
They're
that
the
whole ass
same, I
dead body
thought.
the other day.
yeah,
Yeah, he's strong enough to carry you.
Right.
What's whose dexterity is higher, Scarlett's or Proximus'?
I think they're the same. Mine's plus
I think we
3.
are the same. Yeah.
Okay,
plus
let's
3.
go ahead and roll. You two are going to roll dexterity saving throws. We're going to see if Scarlett wastes a spell slot or not.
Oh yeah, you are.
15.
That is a 14.
Okay. Scarlett, just as Proximus is like, wait, I can fly! Grabs Proximus and pulls you through a dimension door, you all appearing on the other side. The flaming sphere rolls into the pit, exploding outwards. You all are far enough away at this point that you are not damaged by it. And you have found yourself at the end of this hallway, where there is a doorway in front of you, and devastation behind.
I just imagine it, the fact that we're running so fast into this dimension door that there is no stopping on the other end, and it is just nailing the wall and our doorway.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Proximus in front of you, though, just really cushions it.
The armor, though.
Yeah, right.
Just gets
And
smacked right in the
Proximus
face
isn't-
by the mage hand and then the centaur.
So good first trap. We did it. We're alive.
We're all good, right? We're good.
Where's little
Okay.
Jeffrey?
I'm here. I've been in your bag of holding.
He's between me and the wall.
Wait, what?
Literally though, like I'd assume I just grab Jeffrey whenever I grab Winnie.
Yeah, well, he was with
They're attached
Proximus.
at the hip.
Yeah, he was on.
And I just assumed because he's like gear, he just went with Proximus and.
I'm made of
That's
mithril
technically a
adamantium and
creature.
spite.
I really should have just said spite quantity. Anyway.
That's my chemical X.
Onward.
Oh, we did it. Okay, let's
can
keep
we-
going.
Is Acacia
Yeah.
gonna look for any more?
Literally
Yeah.
brush myself
Wait,
off.
let's graffiti the wall. That feels like something people are doing here. We should say
Oh.
like, "Hey, we made it."
Notes from Dad.
Notes from Dad. That's what I was
Oh,
gonna say.
yeah.
Okay. Once again on the ceiling, directly above the door, it will say it says Ogden is honest, and there's a weirdness to the hieroglyphs on this, where it's scratchy. You know, with your 31, it's like it's almost underlined in certain points, but the underline kind of comes around the side. I'll give again. 31's just an insane number, so it looks like Curio was trying to scratch it out, but wasn't able to quite. Like he was being forced to write something that he didn't believe.
Oh.
Like, was he scratching out just specific portions, or
The last word.
so just Ogden is?
Honest. Yes. Honest is the word he was trying to cross out.
But he couldn't.
I would like to send a sending super quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna send it to Curio and be like, "Hey,
If I could
go ahead."
cut you off real quick, I'm so sorry. Your spell fails.
Okay. Thank you. So sendings can go in, but not out.
Mm.
At least to
Great.
where Ogden is.
Okay.
Oh, where we are. Hmm.
All right. So, Dad's messages don't make sense, but let's keep an eye on them anyway.
Does Acacia relay the whole sending not going through?
Oh,
information?
absolutely.
Cool. I want to take out my bound book and write in it.
Okay. I think in the same vein, like the ink doesn't take to the page.
Ooh.
I have seen this before. You just need to get the tip of your ink pen
Suck
You just
warm.
gotta lick it a little.
Yeah.
Yes, it sometimes dries.
No.
Winnie's gonna
No.
update her map while we're doing all of this. Hi, honey.
I can't tell if Scarlett or Kaila hates me.
Column A, column B.
Character be lead. It's okay.
You're right.
It's a very little brother thing to do. It's fine. You're great.
You're right.
Okay. All right. So, let's. Can I try sending another sending
You can.
to Ogden?
I'm gonna say it's still gonna fail where you are.
Okay.
It's less so the issue with the recipient. It's more so like there's no signal where you are.
Got it. Okay. All right. Also, not going to Ogden, so we are essentially completely cut off. So,
I
Would
am
you
going.
Say we're
Proximus.
in a... Sorry, Proximus, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It was a very bad joke.
Yes.
It's not funny.
Now I'm
Please
mad.
go.
Yes. Proximus is gonna hold his hand out and cast a fire bolt in his hand.
Okay.
Does the blue flame, show up in his hand?
You're asking if the flame is blue? No, I'm gonna say that-
No. Like that's how he usually
testing
casts
for
it. It's a
magic.
blue
Oh,
flame.
you're
I'm
testing for magic in general.
magic.
Yes, you are able to cast firebolt. Yes.
Okay. So it is not magic. It is communication.
potentially also scrying as well. Usually they kind of go hand in hand.
But we
definitely
can still talk to
communication.
each other, right? Because I just.
Yeah, does the mind link work?
Yep.
Okay.
I was gonna say because that's where I screamed that I was going to push all the buttons.
All right. There's no sense in worrying about this though, so we might as well just.
Keep pushing.
Oh,
Yep.
wait, one more. I want to use the shell phone and see just if I can talk to Scarlett.
You can talk to Scarlett.
Okay, I thought so that it was just
Okay.
like a shield between us and wherever. but-
Everywhere else. Yeah.
It is. It's to offer this. It is the rock that you all were dealing with before.
Yeah,
It absorbs that type of.
When he's a
Okay.
scientist though and has to test.
Confirm it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Confirm your hypothesis.
Mhm.
So when this is vibranium, you could make a really neat shield out of it where you're feeling particularly patriotic.
Okay, I'm gonna need little Jeffrey to just open his mouth, and we're just gonna need to pour all this stuff in here.
Just start chipping it off.
Wait, I'm not. That's adamantium with Wolverine. He's like, wrong, mother, wrong nerd.
No.
Or are you
no.
trying to make?
No, I want him to carry the vibranium for later.
Oh, you don't want to make an Ultron?
No.
Absolutely not. First of all,
But a vision,
Hmm?
maybe.
He can be voiced by James. What's his name?
Spader.
James Spader. Yeah.
Okay. Let me guess. The door is locked. Is there a
Yeah.
keyhole?
Yeah.
Winnie would like to look through the keyhole,
Okay.
please.
It is not that type of keyhole.
Is it a metal door?
Fair enough.
It is. Yeah, it's not like a. This one actually has like enough locking mechanisms and protections on it where
That's
you would
fair.
not be able to see through.
Oh.
You know how nowadays we can't like see into people's homes through there.
It's very rude. I'd like to
Yeah.
try and pick the lock, please and thank.
Okay.
28.
That'll do. The door's lock clicks to the open position. And you are able to open it and pass through.
Right. Since we did have an issue last time with I think I'm gonna does this spell have okay, I'm gonna cast Produce Flame just to get some light. Just because if we had a little bit of light, we might not have stepped on the thingy. So
Okay.
Is that a cantrip?
it is.
Okay. I was gonna say you can just use little Jeffrey. It's okay.
Little Jeffrey can also help.
Yeah, he'll disco ball it up at the low level, I guess. Winnie's gonna keep Mage Hand up because why the heck not? And also just to be clear, she did graffiti into the wall.
What did she graffiti?
That we were here. And no
Does
full
it
names.
just say we were here, or does it say?
Just some initials.
Okay.
An A and a question mark. And
So we're keeping it HIPAA compliant. I see. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, because she wants it to be like a thing, but she also doesn't want people to know. She just wants.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose. Get a tag. What's wrong with you?
Oh wait, no, we do have a logo, don't we?
You do have a logo, yeah.
We do have the fleet.
I'll do the symbol, the fleet.
I feel like Winnie's like, are we Banksy? We're Banksy now. All right. Cool. So,
I do want to try one thing before we go.
for
Up
sure.
near I'm gonna take my one-use dagger just to use as I'm not gonna stab anything, but I'm gonna use the some of the tip to also
Proximus
carve.
flinches.
Little Jeffrey says, "Is this how I go out?"
I stand behind Proximus.
I'm gonna reach up to the ceiling and begin writing next to Dad's.
Mhm.
I want to start just writing in Thieves' Cant, rolling ball trap, whatever you would call those things. See if
Cool.
it'll let
Yeah.
me write.
Rolling sphere.
Just boulder.
Boulder trap.
Mhm.
Am I able to write that and carve it?
You're
Okay. Let's keep going.
cool. All right.
Was that writing after where you would trigger the trap though?
Yeah. Well, it was just a test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Dad's messages are weird right now.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
wondering if he
discover.
wrote these on his way out after he got cursed
Mm-hmm.
instead of coming in,
Do any of us have remove curse as a spell?
Nope. I have. Oh no, that's cure wounds. It's like I have
Okay.
curse for some reason.
Okay.
You all open the door. Thanks to the produce flame, it's not totally dark. And until you do, and at which point, not even breaking the threshold, you all see the room just illuminates. I'm going to saving throw from you all momentarily, but what you all see is yourselves. That is to say, for moments before you are ended in the most gruesome ways that you can possibly imagine. There is a rending, flambastic, explosive, smashing sort of devastation to each and every one of you, that at the last moment, just as the door opens, you watch as each of yourselves reach out through whatever this is in an attempt to stop yourselves, in an attempt to reach out for assistance or hope or some sort of satiation to the ending that they are about to experience. And you will watch as Acacia and Winnie and Scarlett and Proximus are killed in front of you. And with that, as the room comes back to arrest, the walls separating back outwards, when covered in nothing but gore, you are left at the threshold. What would you all like to do?
That's probably not good.
Random question.
Mhm.
No, this is to the party. Random question. I know we know that Ogden is just fucking with us and trying to kill us and everything, but this still isn't pleasant. Does Phoenix Landing have a therapist yet?
What's a therapist?
It's what Constance is studying for, but she's gotten really like distracted.
What's therapy?
Mental health.
I don't know her.
I will say there
I
is
know.
one of you more confused than the others. Proximus, it's like watching through like half of 3D goggles, because to your normal eye, you just saw yourself die. To your new eye, this is a fucking normal room. None of the gore is there, none of the blood is there, none of the walls crash, and none of the stuff that just happened in front of you happened in your fake eye.
Oh, we need to get Proximus an eye patch just for scenarios like this.
He has an eye patch, literally for scenarios like this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say for Scarlett, Acacia, and Winnie, this is going to be a wisdom saving throw. For Proximus, you have advantage on this.
And we're all near Proximus.
Well, Winnie critically failed, so I don't think it matters.
17.
Oh, thank goodness.
22.
17 plus 9.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming we're getting the +5 from Proxy.
Proximus, you're muted, bud.
That's a 9 even with all that.
Wisdom? Is it wisdom?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is a 28.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Winnie, you are frightened. You do not want to move forward into this room. You just saw your end, and you are convinced that this is what will happen if you walk into this room. The rest of you have pushed through that fear, convincing yourselves that it is either not real or an illusion of some sorts. Winnie, this is real to you.
I have seen much worse. This does not faze me.
We
Right.
arguably have caused much worse. Winnie,
Oops.
Also not wrong.
Winnie, especially if Acacia moves forward, Winnie is going to scramble backwards, like up and off, to not go into the room.
Thank God it wasn't Acacia that failed.
Yes.
We can
Right.
pick Winnie up.
Yes.
Well, I
there are solutions
definitely
to this.
will put an arm around Winnie, kneeling down next to her, and I will do my aura of the infinite seas. And you see kind of like a incorporeal rib cage made out of water that wraps around both of us, and everyone within 30 feet radius of myself will end a charmed or frightened spell.
Ooh. I love that. I also love that description.
You
Because
can see
arguably
well, it's kind of creepy too.
Yeah, I was like, arguably a giant rib cage on top of all this is not going to help Winnie. But
Right.
I can't argue with mechanics. She's probably too distressed by what's in the room to really pay attention to that part.
Winnie, emboldened and no longer frightened. What would you like to do?
Thank you, Proximus. I don't know what that was. It's a
You
very
okay?
bad room. No, I mean, I will be. I'm better.
If it makes you feel better, the room has nothing there. It is an illusion also.
That's not a very nice illusion.
It's really not. No.
Ogden's not a very nice person.
I mean, we're in his vault. Like, to be fair, there are multiple reasons we shouldn't be in here. We are literally trespassing in his
breaking
space.
and entering.
But
yes.
was he a nice person before when you first met him? Before you
We
came
are
in
not
here?
nice
No.
people.
Winnie,
be
you're
clear,
perfectly nice.
I am not. We are not nice as a group. I love us.
I'm
I would do
working on it.
anything for us. You are.
I
You
am a
also
decent.
defaced our host's private property in his home. It doesn't matter. Look, the point
Are you
is.
telling me you
I
wouldn't
believe-
do the same thing to your brother's painting?
No. He paid for that with his hard-earned. Oh, you mean Rollin? Well,
You're-
look.
Winnie,
the
I
point
take
is-
point taken.
offense.
I'm
I'm
pretty
nice.
sure that all of those statements were correct.
Roxy's nice. Everyone's nice except for old Scarlett.
She's not that old.
Not.
She's
Not
younger
what I
than
meant.
me.
No.
You're
but
all younger than me,
technically,
but that's neither here nor there.
that doesn't count.
Old Scarlett sounds like off-brand Old Yeller, and I can't get that out of my head. It's just, she's my warlock, Paul. I'll deal with her.
Oh my god.
That
Literally
actually got
Scarlett
darker.
to all of her boyfriends. Oh. Anyway,
We are going through this room, right?
yeah, is there another door? Is there anything else in this room besides...
So, with the
Illusionary
room
depth.
illuminated, again, if you all would like to roll a, let's see, I think the way the illusion works is, everybody but Winnie could see through the illusion. They could see that it was not a real thing. This was hallucinatory terrain. Winnie, you now emboldened, have a little difficulty telling like the bone fragments and blood of your friends and yourself apart from whether it's real or not.
Yeah, I still see
but
it, right?
You can still kind of see it, but it's kind of like it's almost translucent. Like you can almost see through it. Like the blood of the room smells more corn syrupy. All of a sudden, you can tell it's fake.
It's just a
But
fun
otherwise,
house, guys.
otherwise you would see a circular room. Again, very opulent in its form. It has marble flooring. There are these ivory columns, and the room has 12 doorways all around it, including the one which would be 6 o'clock that you all would be coming through. Otherwise, there is a chandelier hanging from the ceiling. That is all you have.
Handy dandy dowsing rod.
Handy dandy dowsing rod is pointing where you are right now, down and to the roughly to like the 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So I walk like a couple steps in and like I move and then like I point to the 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
That direction.
Yeah, it's still pointing downwards.
Yeah.
From the one. Yeah.
That
I imagine
direction.
there's like 3 different doors on that side.
Little Jeffrey, I think, is going to just drift up towards the chandelier because he loves to chew on chandeliers.
He's a moth.
He is. With teeth.
Yeah.
Do moths like? Yeah. Okay.
They like
You
lamp.
hear
Lamp.
you hear the magic mouth once again. You have made it to the first of the rooms of my vault. Remember that the only way through is forward. I look forward to seeing how you choose to die.
Can't believe we're gonna probably hear this the entire time we're down here.
When do you think
Remind
he recorded
me-
it? Like,
I bet you he loves this, right?
Remind me
He
when we
walks through
do-
here just to hear his own voice.
When we do get to Ogden,
Mhm.
wherever he stays on these ships, or if we let him loose here, I trigger something that just has my voice over and over and over again.
You all are so indignant about breaking into this man's home. And like the fucking like alert going like, hey, stop breking in. You're like,
We're trying to save him.
Just
sorry, you
Scarlett's
couldn't
so
turn
pissed.
off home alert or whatever it is.
I just want to know, like, did he record it first and then, like, some poor sucker had to, like, drop them off down here before, like, they eventually died down here? Or, like, did he walk through here without traps and recorded them first? Because imagine working on all this and having to hear this day in, day out. It's
Like he knows the way, so he probably did it himself.
He's like, this is gonna be a good one.
Dad name, dad and dad notes.
Dad notes. Nice.
hashtag dad notes.
Oh, let me change the thread to say that. Edit thread, hashtag dad notes.
There are no dad notes in here.
Oh.
Okay. Well, locate creature says roughly this direction. Whether these paths actually lead in this direction, there's no way to tell. But
I would like to use a divine sense.
What are you trying to detect?
It says, I sense a noxious odor or a powerful good ring, like a heavenly music in my ears for detecting good or evil, celestial fiend or undead, but specifically for a hallowed spell.
Let's see, celestial fiend or undead, hallowed evil. I don't think anything in here necessarily triggers as good or evil. No fiend or celestial. I don't think there's anything necessarily hallowed in here either. This is less of a place of any sort of religious vibe, and yeah, more of one of just kind of like greed. I guess if anything, everything here might just ping a little bit of like greed is not a good thing, right? It is a sin. It is not one of the things to aspire to. Yeah, virtues. Thank you, man.
Right.
So in that sense, everything here kind of just stinks of greed.
Mm. I smell. It smells like burnt mushrooms in here. I hate cooking mushrooms.
Actually, even with that, Acacia, Scarlett, and Winnie, with your past perception, as Proximus says that, you are like, actually, it does kind of smell a little bad in here. It doesn't smell like mushrooms as much. It's more like noxious in a way. It's not oppressive, but there's definitely like an ambient stink that you're kind of picking up on the more and more you stand here.
Is it something Winnie might eventually start to identify?
I was also going to ask that.
Just go.
Mm-hmm.
Along the lines of like, is this maybe like the leftovers of a previous trap, like some sleep gas, poison gas, etc. as well?
You both could do medicine or arcana, if you would like.
Oh, I actually have a medicine. My first time rolling medicine. Shit.
I would much prefer to roll Arcana if possible for
Sure.
16.
17 plus 9.
Okay. Yeah, Acacia, this definitely feels like something that might have been latent from a trap, or even as you're kind of moving about the room, you're picking it up from underneath certain doors. It's almost like the doors themselves are not perfectly sealed, and there seems to be a smell that is creeping through. That smell, as you're taking, you're rubbing the cocaine on your teeth, right? Like you're getting just a little whiff just to feel like what's going on. They shouldn't do that. That's the only thing from TV.
Please don't do drugs, folks.
Or do them and have a good time, but don't hurt anybody.
Don't
like,
tell
hey,
us about it.
Acacia's cocaine
don't tell us
testing
about it.
hobby.
Yeah. Just like a cocaine smell, you're like, is this Colombian? So you are picking up that this is probably not a sleep spell of any sort. I'm not sure it's a spell. It might be a spell you might be able to cast at some point. I'm pretty sure it is a spell that Winnie could cast at some point. And so, Winnie, I'm going to say that you're picking this up as I'm going to flavor it like this. Winnie, when you were collecting plants earlier, having little Jeffrey collect plants, a little like leaf got stuck on your shoulder, just like in your cloak a little bit. And you would watch as it begins to blacken, necrotize, and shrivel as whatever these fumes are seem to be growing more and more in the room around you.
Hey, we should get out of here.
I actually want to. I don't have it physically in my inventory, but I'm pretty sure I would have like grabbed one. Who organizes their inventory? Let's just be real.
Right, yeah.
I probably have chalk, but I want to make X's on the doors with chalk that the fumes are coming from.
Okay.
Can Smokey, help out with the smell in the area that Acacia said?
Sure.
Like the area that the doors were in that she said the direction was.
Well, I think he said it was multiple doors that they were coming from.
Yes.
Right. So like he could smell which one.
Acacia, how many times around are you going to do this? Are you just doing like one round of all 12, or are you going to like double check?
I think I'm gonna just do one round for now, but if something seems off, I might double back.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check for this. We're not going to do all 12, but this is to specifically, get the scent going. And
17.
okay. And then I will need a Constitution saving throw from you, as you are kind of intentionally inhaling a lot of this.
Okay, I'm probably not near Proximus when this happens.
It's a pretty big room. Probably not.
Yeah. 18.
Okay. Acacia, you're going to take 11 points of poison damage.
Love that.
But you are able to mark off starting at the 12 and moving around. It seems like the only door that doesn't have poison gas coming from it is the now closed door that you all came in. Just to note, the doors will close when you enter a room. That is the only door that does not seem to have any sort of noxious fumes coming from it.
Okay, that burns. So they all have gas coming from them.
They do, except for the 6 o'clock.
The one that. So they
Where it came
all. Once I realize like all of them are having gas, I don't bother marking them. Okay, so they all have gas.
Little
Let's-
Jeffrey chomps on the chandelier.
Jumps on the chandelier?
Chomps.
I said
Chomps on the chandelier. Okay. Is he trying to sever the cable?
If there's no one underneath him, maybe. Otherwise, he's just gonna start chewing on the, was it crystal?
Well, it's not crystal holding it up, but yeah, he could chew on like the crystal dangling from it or the metal. It's held up by metal cord.
Yeah.
Okay. You could have
So he would put weight on it, like, effectively, but he's not gonna start severing anything at the moment.
So you do not want him to fell it.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Then yes, he is idly chomping on the chandelier.
Yeah.
So, maybe we do a quick look around the room, see if there's another hidden door or something. Trap door. I don't know. I don't want to walk into a room with completely full of painful gas.
Yeah.
Which door do you want to go through? Because I will cast Gust of Wind and push the wind back, dispersing everything back into the room. But if we can get into an area, so hold your breath when we go in. I will push the air out into the.
Winnie holds her breath and looks up. Does the rope holding the chandelier go to anything or just into the ceiling? Is it
Just
like
into the ceiling.
Okay, not like a.
Shit, concentration. For
Yeah,
looking
I'm going to
creature.
set a 30-second timer.
Could I cast the air upward from our direction, pushing the poison up? I could do that.
As you say up, I think a crystal falls as little Jeffrey is kind of corn-cobbing his way up, heading towards the rope part. He's a menace.
I'm gonna see if there's any potential like other hidden doors that we don't see, Derek.
Okay. First, I will need a Constitution saving throw for everyone, please.
I will assist in like looking around for hidden stuff. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to.
17.
I'm muted. 19.
Is Proximus near for this? While we're all looking, because
I'm towards the area that you pointed to, that you said that we are supposed to go in that direction. So I am over there at the multiple doors,
I'm
close to there.
I'm probably focusing on any open walls and like the floor. So I'm probably not near.
So I have a
Proximus.
19 for Constitution.
Okay.
Crit.
Okay. Winnie?
17.
Okay. You all are going to take, let's see here. You're only taking half damage. So you're all going to take 15 points of poison damage. And again, to let you know what this room looks like, this is a circular room that has doors set at like a clock. You know, there's a door at 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around. You came at 6 o'clock, so go ahead and give me perception checks if you were looking for anything else.
I am going to cast a gust of wind and push the air upward.
Okay.
So to hopefully give us some fresh air
Breathing
for
room.
yeah.
Smart.
19.
26.
Okay.
Also 26.
Looking around this room now, with your eyes maybe a little bit clearer, you watch as the candlelight from the chandelier are snuffed out, as the now like collected together. This cloud of like green poisonous gas is being kind of held at the ceiling. It is slowly beginning to drift back down, but I will set a longer timer for this. So this will be a minute timer until we do our next Constitution saving throw. I'll do that once I'm done talking. Looking around, there are the 12 doors, none of which seem to be locked as you jiggle the handle. Gas still seems to be coming from all of them, save for the one that you all came through, which again is also closed. All of the doors are metal in shape, nearly identical, aside from the chalk marks, which mark 11 of them. And then you are otherwise in this circular room with level tiled flooring.
Little Jeffrey chomp on the rope.
Is little Jeffrey immune to poison?
I would imagine. Let me double check.
I would think so, but
No, that's valid. I mean, he's gonna chomp anyway.
Oh, that's
Yes,
why I did it.
he
That's
is-
why I did that, because
Yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
oh, it's not going to bother him.
He is immune to poison damage. And
okay.
the
So
poisoning
before you told me
condition.
that Jeffrey was just idly chomping, is he chomping for a purpose this time?
He was corn cobbing, so he's made.
Eva, I need you to
Sorry, yes, he
be
is.
very
he's
specific with what
he
he's
is
doing, because I
chomping
determines.
through the rope, attempting to chomp through the rope or the.
Okay, so give me a melee attack from Jeffrey.
Oh, my little man. Melee
cobbing.
attack is. Well, that was a nat 20.
Okay, so go ahead and double his damage.
He doesn't. He doesn't have melee. I don't know. What do I roll for him? Like a D4?
I'm sure he
Oh, for
can
like
do
a bite.
melee attacks.
I mean, he
What
has
is-
sharp little teeth. Because he
What
has.
is his attack? What are his attacks?
It's. I am told this every week. It is a 4-strike, a ranged weapon attack, which is 1d4.
Okay, so we'll just count 4 strike then. So just go ahead and use that damage,
Okay,
and
thank
you can double the dice or double the damage.
That is a 3 and 4 is 7, 14.
Okay. Jeffrey severs the chain, and it comes crashing to the ground, splintering everywhere and smashing on the marble tile around you, splintering a bunch of the tile.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. It was all the smoke. He was doing something. Little
Out of
Jeffrey,
the
down.
poisonous cloud above, you just see a little shark thumbs up.
Get down here, please.
We need him on a
Down.
leash.
Soars down.
Seriously. Okay, this is
The
starting to
mall
hurt.
harness.
The lungs. We need to figure out what we're doing.
Little Jeffrey leans in. It's like the beginning of Phantom of the Opera.
Shut up, Jeffrey.
Okay.
I'm taking your season tickets away.
No, cats.
Derek, did any of us see any other like doors, hidden doors and stuff?
No hidden doors.
Alright.
Proximus looking around with your eye, you can see that there are spaces behind all of the
Each
doors.
door.
Yes.
Was there
but,
anything past where the chandelier was like attached to? Did I?
No.
Can I?
no.
Okay.
Even when you fly up, you can kind of just look into rock above.
Suggestion: we go through one of the doors, hold our breath, Proximus gusts of wind.
Was there anything interesting about the chandelier? Like, does it have 12 points or 11 points or anything?
Nope, it was just there for light and decoration, so it is now dark in here.
Little Jeffrey sadly
Well,
turns his
little
light
Jeffrey
on.
takes over. Yeah. If you all would like a hint at some point, you may do an intelligence saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yes,
Alright, I will do this. I will take it for the team because little Jeffrey was bad.
I also rolled 2, so
Yeah.
19.
I was like, whose is higher?
23.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not mine.
But
I will need another Constitution saving throw.
ooh, shit, nat 20.
Oh, shit.
18.
Nice.
31.
Probably near Proximus now to stay with the wind.
Sure.
That is a 27.
Above 20.
Okay. So again, you will all only take half damage. You all will take only 7 points of poison damage. Okay. The hint that I will offer you is the dad hint you all were given was Ogden is not what he says he is. And then to again, unfortunately to repeat Ogden, because I know you hate the sound of his voice so much. I am nothing if not honest. The only way path through is forward.
Oh, 12
12 o'clock.
Yeah,
No.
that makes sense.
Okay. Ogden is not who he
is
says
not
he is.
honest.
Oh.
He is not honest.
So go
He
back
is
the
not
way we
telling the
came.
truth.
Well, worst case, it gives us a buffer where we can, like, recover her.
Go back the way we came, right?
Go back the way we came.
Okay. Unanimous decision?
Yes.
Derek's so over me.
I'm not over anything. I'm just making sure that we have a unanimous decision because otherwise, literally anything that we decide here has consequences. So
It is unanimous, and
We are
grab
not
Soul
listening to
Jeffrey's
him.
hand so that
Right.
he goes with them.
Okay.
We're doing the opposite of Ogden's words.
you go to open the door that you all came through and find that the hallway from whence you came has changed dramatically. It is now fully illuminated and shows now instead of traversing downwards to where you are, it is traversing downwards away from where you are,
Hmm.
and now has stone iconography carved into the walls.
Anything?
Everybody in, hurry.
Yes.
Men.
No hesitations.
None.
And I
Okay.
shut the door behind us.
Okay. You all, with the door behind you, find yourselves in the second hallway. Would you? We can stop here if you all would like.
Probably
It is
best.
it is that time. So let's
This
go
feels
ahead
like
and
a good
let's hit our F5s, F2, whatever it is.
Hold on, though.
F5,
Dad
let's hit our
notes.
saves
Yes.
coming.
Dad notes for this. There are no dad notes immediately from where you came out of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
This is tricky.
I just want to make one note. Would you all like to move on to the next thing and kind of pick up there with a cliffhanger, or do you all want to stop
Cliffhanger.
here?
Cliffhanger.
Okay.
I want cliffhanger.
All right. So, marching order moving forward.
Not in the back.
Who's in front?
I'll be in front again, sure.
I
Okay.
don't mind going in. the
Same marching
Same
order
order.
that we had.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
hallway.
back. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. So I'm behind
All right.
Acacia.
Now in a little bit wider, but well lit hallway, about 15 feet wide now. Again, there are stone reliefs on all of the walls, indicating, I mean, they're kind of rough hewn. Like they're weathered in the sense that you can't tell exactly who's doing what, but it seems to be a lot of naval battles. There are some that depict just like troop movements, some that are geographic locations, some that appear as like maps, just a variety of different things are kind of just marked. You continue onwards down the, again, marble flooring to where there is almost like a ballroom staircase. There's a staircase for the first time where you are no longer traveling at like an angle, but stairs that have this very beautiful ornate carpeting on them that lead downwards to where you can't necessarily see what's beyond. Like the angle of the roof kind of cuts off to what you can see what's necessarily below. Are we continuing forward? I will basically stop anytime that there is something different in front of you.
I
You're
think
muted, Mayor.
I was going to just say if there's nowhere else to go but forward. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I think
Well, as we learned, we can sometimes turn back. So, just always keeping that
true.
on the table.
Do we want to just like, while we're sort of quote unquote safe, like just take a little breather and do a little resty rest?
Clear out our lungs.
Yeah, like, I don't know, just have some snacks and stuff for like an hour or whatever.
Do a short rest.
Yeah,
short
one
rest.
might say. One might say a short rest.
Okay.
Short
Yeah,
rest.
you've gotten to the first like plateaued area since when you first came in. There's a little landing right before you get to the stairs. You can just camp out here. Have some snacks.
I'd love some
short rest.
snacks. Yeah. Maybe short rest is a good spot to leave off at.
Yeah.
All right. So then at the top of the staircase, that is where we'll end. Thank you all for joining us for this episode of Horizons Call. We will be back next week for even more of the Ironback Vault. I'm gonna go around and have these lovely people say a little bit about themselves, where you can find more of them. Then I'll do my bullshit, then we'll do some channel news, and then we'll let you go for the night. So thank you personally, again, you in the audience. Again, you can always show a little bit of financial appreciation towards this cast and crew through pally.gg. Anything that you're willing and able, both those things being important together, to tip is always appreciated and can impact our game. You can tip at any point, even when you're not playing, through the same pally link, and anything you tip gets evenly distributed to the cast and crew, all of whom you see here. If you do something, get to a level where you impact our game with crits and advantages and black spots, everything just gets paid forward to the next game, and is always, like I said, very much appreciated. That said, let's go ahead and go around. Mare, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Hi, it's me. It's Mare. I'm literally only here at this time slot on this channel right now. I love all of you. That's it.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm sure we'll have some more Mare stuff in the near future. I've heard some kind of back chat about it, and I'm very excited about it. Okay, Eva.
I just realized that my camera background almost lines up perfectly with our moving background, and I'm delighted by it. Hi, I'm Eva. You can find me, I was going to say exclusively here, but that's not true. Usually here, almost always here. Tomorrow I'm over on Harlan Hale's channel, raising money for, I got this, Autism Home Base. We are doing a Planebreaker D&D one-shot at 10 a.m. Pacific, I believe. And then for every Thursday in April, I will be over on Nerdsmith doing a Trophy Dark. Character art is super cute. I love it. And it is at a certain time. I just lost it. It's fine. But yeah, go check out Nerdsmith, because that is where I will be on Thursdays. I think that's all I've got for now. And co-hosting a Sword and Tea that Derek will mention here shortly.
Absolutely. Okay, next up, Mikyl.
Hey fam, I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. You can find me right here every Saturday playing Proximus. This is where I'm at. This is where I always am. And you can find me on the Discord channel for Sword and Key. I post my art there, and you can find me at Mikyl Sandoval, Sandoval, at Twitter, Instagram, BlueSky, Tumblr, but I am more active on our Discord channel for Sword and Key. That's me. Love you. Thanks
Awesome.
for being here.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you as always to Mikyl for the artwork that he has contributed to this game, to many of our games. Again, check him out, Mikyl Sandoval. And please go show some support. Kaila.
Hi, hello. I am Kaila. I have been your Sword Storm Sorcerer Scarlett Shores today. You can find me on most social medias at KMC, all spelled out. If you can't find me, at _. Several of my social medias are under construction right now. They're getting a revamp. They're getting information that is relevant and whatnot. And yeah. So some of them are locked down, but you can always request a follow. I will probably accept it.
Awesome. Thank you, Kaila.
You can also
again,
find you can also find
Please.
my not as good art in the Discord because sometimes it's just for meme sakes.
That's
Listen,
not true.
It's real
That's
good.
not
Art
true.
is art.
It's real good. Yes.
It's so good. If you want to see how a centaur wears a ball gown,
Yes.
yes. Actually, even before all my stuff, please go and check out Sword and Keys situation. That's not a good way of putting it. Please go check out Sword and Key's socials, all of our stuff. You can find everything collected at beacons.ai/Sword and Key, all one word. You can find all of our socials with Sword and Key with underscores between the words, sword underscore and underscore key. But Beacons also has our Discord link, which you can find on all of our socials as well. If you join our Discord, you can see awesome artwork like Kaila's, awesome artwork like Mykyl's. You can hang out with great people. You can chat about cool stuff. You can participate in movie nights, which I'll talk about here in a minute. And you get the first and front news of all the stuff that's going on. You can see the events calendar. You can add our calendar or Google Calendar to yours. You can apply to games when the applications come out first. They go to our Discord, and all the stuff kind of starts there before it gets branched out to all of our socials. So check that out. Check out all of our other stuff that's going on. We have more games coming up in the near future, more applications coming out. Stuff that's coming up in the near future. We'll pull up real quick, but yeah, real quick to toss in my stuff in the middle. If you want to follow me, it's dsword16. It's fine. All I really do is retweet Sword and Key stuff. Although there is a trend going on to take a picture with a sword. I count. Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. So if you need a picture, let's take a picture of those buds. That always legally counts. Okay, looking at our calendar as today is the 30th. So where we're at, there we are. We're not really doing anything for tomorrow, so enjoy the day off. Tuesday, this coming Tuesday the 2nd, we have the return of Gate Night, which is the first video game being streamed here on Sword and Key. I am playing Baldur's Gate 3 with my dear friends, the Lady Dame and Shadow. On the 4th, it is Mod of Sword and Key, Gona Hawking's birthday. Very happy birthday to him. On the 5th, in celebration partially of Gona's birthday, and also because it is typically Sword and Key movie night every other week, we're watching the 1977 Hobbit movie, which the fully animated Hobbit. So that should be a good time. I've never seen that one before. That should be 6 p.m. on Friday the 5th, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Horizons Call will be back at 3 p.m. Pacific time next week, same time, same wonderful place, for even more of the Ironback Vault. Then on the 7th, we have the release of the next Monster Crush episode. Monster Crush is a podcast I do with my friend Lady Dame. We're talking about different monsters, creatures, cryptids, miscellaneous creepy things, and how smoochable they are. In celebration of March Madness, we did In the March of Madness Part 1 last time. We're doing Part 2 this time. We've taken a bunch of the best madness-inducing cosmic horrors from Lovecraftian mythos, put them into a 17 salty, it's a sweet 16, so I guess it's a salty 17 single elimination bracket. And we're going to decide who wins the Western Conference, as good old Daggy Dagon has won the Eastern Conference. So check that out wherever podcasts are found. Gate Night will be back on the 9th. That is weekly games that'll play throughout April. Then on the 12th, it is the Lady Dame's birthday, so happy birthday to them. Again, Horizons Call is playing every week unless otherwise noted, so we'll be back on the 13th as well. Let's see, on April 5th, this is not on our calendar yet, it will be on our calendar soon, we do have the Sword and Tea with Maso Perez of Boyfriend Dungeon, which I believe Evil will be running that one. That'll be at 3 p.m. Pacific time on, again, the 5th, that is Friday, April 5th. On Sunday, April 14th, I will be doing a Sword and Tea with Andy from Pandion Games, and we'll be talking about Substratum Protocol, which seems like a really awesome game, so check that out as well. Let's see, the next thing, the 19th will be our next Sword and Key movie night. We'll be doing our monthly Ghibli movie with Kiki's Delivery Service, and yeah, lots more cool stuff to come from that. So let's, like I said, keep an eye out, check out our Discord first and foremost, and we'll have lots of stuff coming to you soon. Until next time, we are going to be raiding Matihi. And also Trophy Dark will be back when computer and health issues are resolved, but nothing necessarily on the calendar for that. All that said, we'll be back next week, if not sooner. Take care of yourselves, and don't forget, fair winds, following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves.